Gentlemen, I have opinions, and I need your opinions about masonry.
Okay.
Magical masonry.
I see.
So, walls are creatures.
Yes.
But they're creatures out of just... You need something to block stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I want specifically walls of thing. I need to know the best thing to build a wall out of.
Sure.
Yeah.
That checks out.
That makes sense. So you're trying to say you are scientifically interested in determining what is the best material to create a wall.
Like, say I was trying to repel an invasion or something, because I have my things I do.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah.
Or if you want to keep out, I don't know, elves.
I mean, sure. I want to keep out creatures.
Sure. But especially elves.
But also mice.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, well, I mean, yes. So walls, before we get into this, the thing we need to really work through here first, setting some ground rules. What makes a good wall? Now, let me propose a few things to you gentlemen, and by all means, feel free to push back on these. I just want to throw some things at at the wall. Walls should be good for defense.
Yes, absolutely.
A good wall should provide some form of support.
Mm-hmm. Emotional and physical.
Yeah, and also walls should have aesthetics.
Okay. Yeah.
And all right. Here's the thing. I'm gonna throw in one more thing there.
Okay.
I think specifically, given that we're talking about materials here, I think cost effectiveness is a very important feature of a wall here.
So value is what matters?
Absolutely.
Well, but also, what if I'm a wizard and I can just, make it?
I understand, but like we're talking about creating materials out of nothing. That's gotta wear you out at least a little bit. So
yeah,
that's why
All right.
it's like if I'm making a wall, but also value can be like, hey, I've got this wall. Yeah,
I'm not talking mana for what it's worth.
Yeah, sure, but also it's like, hey, if I'm going to summon a wall of like gold, that you might be going, that's low value. But on the other hand, it might be high on aesthetic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But also, I've got a lot of gold just laying around.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So that's even easier. You get to just manipulate it into a wall at that point.
Yeah, it depends on context, which I think is kind of the key thing we're going to be going through here.
Walls are absolutely context important. All right, so here's the thing that I'm going to pitch you then. You're looking for a new wall, right?
Several, yes.
Okay, so here's my thought. What about a wall of air? How does that sound for you?
Well, so before I get I don't want to get too fancy with my walls. I only want wall of blank.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
the
absolutely.
only thing that I want to look at is wall of blank.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nothing fancy, just we're talking about materials only here.
Like a wall of air, huh?
Yeah, I'm offering right here. Wall of air. Easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very abundant.
I've already got one of those. It's over my door and it keeps like things from flying in. It's great.
Hold on. That's a window.
Oh.
So it is a very abundant substance. If you're trying to just create a wall out of something, you've got a lot of air lying around to turn into a wall. On the other hand, not a lot of support in a wall of air. In fact, unless you're like some sort of bird, or in, the case of, here, like a drake, perhaps, it's hard to be supported on that. On the other hand, there is something to say for the aesthetics of a wall of air, just to have like a curtain of like wind.
Yeah, it's just, it's like a wall of wind,
Mm-hmm.
Wind's just moving air.
Yeah, it's moving fast enough that you can get the contrails of the air moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks cool. It's like I'm thinking it might be our best option so far myself.
I mean, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as our options thus far, it is definitely the best wall of wall.
All right. Sell me on another one.
Wall of blood.
There's a lot of blood around. I can see that.
Yeah, and if you're like a necromancer, you're constantly like, okay, I've got all these corpses. I know what I'm doing with these. You're not necessarily like, okay, what do I do with all the blood?
Yeah, all right.
You usually exsanguinate them because you don't want them to like rot from all that blood in there.
Yeah. So it's like a geyser of blood. Just
Yeah.
constantly bubbling up, just spraying at like high pressure.
So
And if you need more, there's plenty of it in you.
Sure.
Just
Now,
throwing that out
You
there.
don't know that.
I'll note that this blood wall seems to be chained down, which is quite...
Those are veins.
Is that veins?
No, I'm just saying that.
Okay. Well,
It can thicken. Blood can thicken. You don't know.
sure.
A lot
Blood-
of iron in there. It probably just grabbed it from the iron in the blood. You know, the
No,
chains up.
It's just all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a detriment. I'm just saying nice aesthetic.
I have
Yeah,
real
no,
fond
okay.
memories of this wall, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Because during Mirrodin Limited, I would just kind of pay all my life to it and then grab the reins and huck it at my opponent to scale fireball.
Nice.
Smart. I like that.
Yeah, it was real good.
This is a pretty good wall. I mean, is it better aesthetic than Wind? I'd say yes, but then again, I'm a creep.
I think so.
Yeah, you are a creep. But yes, I agree.
We're all creeps here, is the thing.
We all use walls of blood down here.
All right.
I'm thinking wall of blood.
Yep.
Yeah,
top
definitely.
top wall and top blood at the moment.
Okay.
Now, what if we were to go the other direction? What if we were to make a wall of, say, blossoms?
Just
Like a whole
blossoms.
bunch of.
You know, the opposite of blood. Flowers.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. There's a lot of those around that's high value. Like it's high value because it's so easy to get. And also it draws you a card. And then there's
I do
also
like cards. I do
Yeah.
really like cards.
It's kind of low on the defense side if you really think about it, because it's like, oh no, a wall of flowers.
it's
That's
never gonna
actually
hurt
nice.
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
It's like a hedge, really.
plus you
I
just
like
get
to think that so creatures are trying to storm my castle or whatever I have, right?
Mhm.
And they see just a wall of flowers. They're
Mhm.
not going to touch that because I've definitely done something to those flowers.
Yeah,
But
but
that's the thing. I haven't.
sure, but also like in terms of like if they do decide that I have to get through that wall of flowers, they're just gonna do the like electric eel trick and just throw a horse at it. And in this case, the horse will just eat their way through it rather than, you know, just dying to get you some free eels.
That's true.
That is the only metaphor you can make in this situation.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I can't think of one otherwise.
But it is pretty.
It
Can we
is
talk-
pretty.
And can we talk about the fact that technically the original printing of this is from Stronghold, right?
Oh, yeah.
So presumably this is an effective wall that existed in the Stronghold. That's canon.
I mean, anywhere on Wrath, really.
No, I'm deciding that's canon. So,
I mean, it could be in Volrath's Garden, sure.
I mean, Wall of Flower does have very good aesthetic. Very low support. You can't hold up a lot of things with a Wall of Blossoms, though.
You don't know
Yeah,
that.
and I mean, as far as okay, it'll keep things out, but it's not going to repel anything, you know.
But the aesthetic value is super high.
I think it'll stop a thing. It just won't send them away.
Yeah, that's kind of my concern here. I think you'd be better off with a wall that can fight back a little.
Well, at that
You know.
point, why don't I just have like a soldier?
Well, see, that's the thing, though. Soldiers are way more upkeep.
Also, soldiers don't hold up
Not
your
if they're
roof.
robots.
They don't hold up your roof, though.
They do if they're giants.
Well, look, that's
See,
that's inefficient. That's
so
low
what
value.
the best you could do on that front is then a giant robot, and who has time for that?
Me, but also
Yeah, him.
I
So
think
I'm gonna go and say offer. I think Wall of Blossoms might not actually be better than Wall of Blood here.
No.
I do like it better than Wall of Air, but that's about it.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, none of these three walls are really that great at holding up a ceiling.
No.
But you know what? You know what is pretty good at grading up, holding up a ceiling?
Hmm.
Skeletons?
Yeah, grading up a ceiling. That's right.
Skeletons.
How about a wall entirely of bones?
We rated this guy before. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good skeleton if I remember right.
Yeah,
I don't remember actually.
Yeah,
I mean, let's check real quick. It's right there.
visually speaking, Wall of Bone here has quite a range. I'll note that you have a cliff made out of bone, you've got a fence made out of bone, and then you also have, I don't know, like a canyon made out of bone.
Yeah.
32nd highest skeleton, by the way.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Kind of middle of the road. Sure. Yeah. All right.
I do like this. Is that a canyon or is that like a wave made out of bone?
On which one?
The 10th edition art.
I would say that's a canyon or a mountain made out of bone. I'd say that
it's a wall of bone.
the alpha one is more like a canyon made out of bone.
Yeah.
Or a
That's
bone
fair.
wall in a canyon.
The 7th edition one's not even really a wall of bone. It's a fence with bones tied to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not even a wall. That is a fence right there.
I mean, fences are just bad walls. We all know this.
Those guys.
Fences are jobless walls.
Those guys aren't even wearing pants. They could just get through the holes.
Yeah, but the flavor text says that it's a magical thing. It's strengthened by souls. Don't worry about it. So wall of bone.
The souls of traitors.
Yeah, wall of bone, parentheses, and souls. Close parentheses. Smiley
Only
face.
for 7th edition, though.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I think the aesthetic on wall of bone's pretty high. Defense, obviously, is pretty good. In fact, you can cut yourself apparently on these bones, or a skeleton will reach out and just punch you. It regenerates.
I do like that. I do like the edge of the wall actually just reaching out and punching you.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like a skeleton will just reach out, is connected at the pelvis to the wall and just like, yeah, punches you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty good value because you're killing your enemies and they just make the wall better, and then your enemies die in the wall and just grow the wall.
It is significantly more expensive than a wall of blood, though, because there's a lot. Listen, while bones are really good, they're much less replenishable.
Perhaps.
Depends what the bones are from.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
My wall of bone is made of elk bone.
My concern about a wall of bone is more the fact that if you have like a self-sustaining wall like this, where the wall of bone kills attackers and then just grows itself basically as time goes on, you run the risk of doing the whole like, whoop, I accidentally created a tower to the heavens made out of bone and I can no longer get to my house that was on top of it previously. Guess I'm screwed.
You go even farther and you end up with a bone goo hypothesis situation here where everything is turned into bone eventually.
Yeah. Well, I think if after a point people would stop attacking the wall of bone, but who can say?
Yeah.
After the first couple hundred people get eaten by the bone.
Eventually they learn.
All of their flesh is just kind of spit out of it without the bones.
At that point, most people kind of go, hey, maybe don't go down to old man Carruthers. He's got that bone wall that's eaten half of a village.
Yeah. All right.
I like it better. I like it better than Wall of Blood, but then again, I
agreed.
It can hold up something.
Yeah, its support is way better than the Wall of Bloods, definitely.
And also
Yeah.
doesn't get your clothes all red when you're trying to work on it. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't get your hair.
Okay, you got me there.
Back on the flowering front, we got a wall of brambles. Do brambles count as a flowering plant? I think so.
No, I mean they're brambles.
They are
vines.
The thing is, a lot of flowering plants
sure
are brambly.
All right, I think we're getting wall of brambles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you have a wall entirely of roses, it's
like
full of brambles.
It's like having plant bones.
Yeah. I mean,
and it pretty much is. It's similar. Listen, the effect is pretty much just a wall of bones with a number shifted from one direction to the other. That's it. That's all it is.
The plant reaches out and punches you.
I mean,
connected at the pelvis like you do.
I mean, thorns are like that.
Yeah,
you run into this wall, you're chasing after that rabbit, and runs into the wall of brambles, and then you get hurt mad bad.
It's true.
It's a bad way to go.
A wall of brambles.
I kind of like wall of brambles.
Yeah,
I also pretty much like wall of brambles.
It's
but
good.
I like it less than wall of bone because the bone has the aesthetic.
Yeah, I agree. Like wall of brambles has its own aesthetic. If it's kind of like nature's bone.
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
But yeah, I like bone better. Bone better.
I also like bone better. Now, if Wall of Brambles was like explicitly Wall of Roses, I'd be extremely into it, honestly. But it's
Yeah, okay.
not necessarily.
No,
it could be some roses, some not, and so on and so forth.
It's like a big old vertical briar patch.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm into it, but not super into it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I think it's probably still below Wall of Blood, frankly, myself.
Oh, really? I was thinking below
like
Bone.
I think I like it more than Wall of Blood.
Yeah, that's where I kind of put it.
It can support things better.
Yes.
I think.
Okay.
I think
yeah.
two's where it's at.
I like the aesthetic on Blood more myself, but all right,
Sure.
I'll take it.
It's still up there. It's number 3.
Yep.
All right, now, okay, art is a really bad example, but I am considering a Wall of Caltrops.
So
and then
instead of
thinking about it,
so instead of a vertical briar patch, it's a horizontal wall.
A horizontal wall is a floor.
Or
It's
a
true.
roof.
What?
Okay, now here's the thing. What if you're on top of a wall?
That's
Yeah.
a roof.
No, here's the thing. You can have walls that are surrounding a castle, okay, and you can be on top of those walls.
Wall of Caltrops will only stop Spider-Man and no one else.
That's honestly true. I don't actually like Wall of Caltrops. I was trying
Can I
to make an argument.
talk about my favorite part of Wall of Caltrops?
Go on.
What's that?
And that's its entire text box.
It's very...
If Wall of Caltrops and one or many other walls join to block an attacker, and no other creatures besides walls block that attacker, Wall of Caltrops gains banding ability until end of turn. Ow! 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 Ooh! Ow! Ow!
Why is that flavor
Because
text?
that's
is
rules
attached?
text.
Okay, you have to say that every time you read it.
The and in there is also in italics.
True.
So you not only have to emphasize it, but also it has no meaning on the rules text.
That's real good.
Okay.
And is an ability word.
Also, it's a 2-1
Attacker,
wall.
no
which
other
sucks.
creatures.
It's a 2-1 wall that sucks.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
No, it's
It's a
the
Viking
walls get
defender.
shoved
It
aside.
sucks.
it's the worst wall.
It's the worst wall.
It just is. Moving on.
That guy's
I'm going to be
foot
sorry.
bloody.
Even in my argument that you can have the Caltrops up on top of the wall, that hurts you way more than it hurts who you're
Oh,
fighting.
yeah.
Yeah.
No questions asked. It's a bad wall.
Now, what about a wall of corpses? Not a wall of bone, not a wall of blood, but like, what if like I combine the two into a wall of corpse?
Well,
That's kind of
there-
cutting out the middleman. You
You'd
know?
also have to have some putrid flesh in there.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That'll dissuade you pretty good
Yeah, it's
from attacking
definitely,
it.
there's an aesthetic there. It's a brutalist aesthetic, but it's
Yeah. And I do note that judging by the art of this, what we're supposed to be taking away for how this wall works is that occasionally it just falls down on dudes and crushes them.
Yeah, there's load-bearing corpses in that wall.
The thing
And it-
is, with a wall of corpses, they're not going to be able to get that much support out of it. You just can't. A corpse is not good enough at being a support piece. It would need a lot of other things propping it up. And even then, it'll collapse very easily. So you have someone
yeah.
just popping in there, try to attack it, and then the entire wall just falls down on them.
Somebody pulls out the bottom corpse, and that's it.
Maybe
Yep,
they
there it
shouldn't have
goes.
done that. Who can say?
It's like a
Jenga of corpses
tower
over
of
here.
corpses.
Now, I will
Yeah.
say a wall that is a bit whose usefulness is largely predicated on it falling down. Not great support.
That's terrible support, frankly. I love the aesthetic of it. It's good at repelling things once, which makes it kind of bad at repelling things when you get down to it.
It's got decent value.
Guys,
mean-
okay value, yeah.
That is something walls do, though, is they do fall down.
Sure, but
That's
if
true, but you're not supposed to.
it's like, you don't-
Unless you build them to.
No, that's a terrible. Like you see, I designed the wall to fall down. That's
Yeah.
all the whole point. At that point, you're
I
just
designed the wall to be bad. I'm the wall maker.
Oh, we're gonna have fun with that next wall then.
I don't know.
I like it more than Caltrops, but I think it's actually one of the worst walls so far. From the perspective of being a wall,
Oh,
it's a
it's-
cool idea.
Its aesthetic is through the roof, though.
It is. It's better than Wall of Blood on that front, but every other respect on it's pretty low.
I think I like it better than Wall of Air.
But
and that's-
value. What about value?
I think it's pretty poor value, honestly.
Really?
You have to put that wall up every single time it gets used like that.
Nah,
That's
you don't.
expensive.
No, you don't.
What, are you just saying leave it open after that once?
No, it kills the
Yeah.
guy, and then you use the guy.
Kills the guy, you have more corpses.
As the flavor
Yeah, but
text
then you have
says,
to rebuild the wall still.
Yeah, and I'm a wizard. I got corpses to do that for.
I shall make walls of their flesh, and their blood shall be my mortar, as Karavac said.
I'm thinking this is short-sighted, and you could be saving a lot more effort if you just took the base components of your wall of corpses and turned it into a wall of
and
bone,
made a wall of blood, a wall of bone,
or
and a wall of
flesh.
putrid flesh.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is I like it better than air. That's about it. Any objections?
Right.
I mean, honestly, I like it better than Wall of Blossoms, but if it comes out there, then that's where it comes out.
I like drawing
Yeah, I mean,
cards.
You do.
Wall of Blossoms gives it's the person who summons that wall good ideas. That's all I'm saying.
Sure. Okay.
Wall of Blossoms can probably see play in basically any given Simic deck, so that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, all right.
Now, speaking of one of those two colors, now I'm the wall maker, and I'm here to offer you an idea. What if I made you a wall entirely of you don't want to know? It's nothing. It's
a wall.
It's fake. It's wall of deceit.
No, tell me.
Apparently,
What do you mean a wall of deceit.
Apparently,
It's a wall of lies.
Apparently, lies are made out of vomiting slugs.
Yeah.
You could think
Vomiting
of eels,
Sea cucumbers?
fish skulls.
Oh, yeah, just like my favorite Castlevanias.
Yeah, they're the fish heads. They shoot the bullets.
And that's what lies look like.
And then it can curl up into a little clay spider and walk at you.
This
And unfold back into this.
This feels like this is from like an alternate parallel universe version of the music video for like Land of Confusion.
Okay. Like a weird spitting image thing.
Yeah, just like they went for a different way, like a completely different interpretation for Land of Confusion. They didn't go for the Reagan puppets.
I was gonna like, which head is Reagan?
Well, all of them, but also they're just all sea slugs.
God! Ah!
I mean, this this art is pretty great aesthetic.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Terrible support. Great
You don't
value.
know that!
Great value, because let's be honest here.
It's great support, I promise you.
No, you're lying.
Absolutely not.
You're lying.
You're trying to lie to me.
Look, it won't die to a shock or anything. It's great.
Look, no, it's got great defense. Don't get me wrong. You can't penetrate lies. Like, if there's one thing we've learned in 2018, lies, completely impenetrable.
Fuck.
Great value, because turns out lies are fucking cheap as all hell. Making a wall out of lies, that's free. Though, on the other hand, making a wall out of, like, abstracts, that seems like that's probably more challenging than making a wall out of bricks.
It definitely is hard to... It's a high upfront cost, but it's very easy to sustain.
You gotta use your imagination.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think I do. Like, it's low in support, but man, it's... Can I be honest? It's so dumb that I love it.
It's bizarre. It really is bizarre.
This is my highest aesthetic ranking so far.
Yeah, this is pretty up there.
Over bone, huh?
Over bone.
From aesthetic, yeah, I agree. I think it's over bone. The thing that I'm struggling on here is mostly the support aspect of it. The fact that it does make a pretty bad wall from a support standpoint.
Like, it's telling you things. Like, it's saying good things to you, but it's lying.
I mean,
yeah,
but it also might be saying
that hat looks real good on you. Yeah. Go outside with that.
Yeah, I guess from like emotional support standpoint, it's pretty bad for your
bad for long term, good for short term.
3 of those heads speak only lies. The other 4 heads speak also only lies.
At least one of those heads speaks lies, but only by omission.
I think
I hate this thing.
The aesthetic value on this thing is so high. I would honestly... Oh, man. Am I going to do this?
Above blood?
No, I think this is above... I'm honestly, like, tie with bone right here. Like I could go above or
Ooh.
below.
Oh, I don't think I can go that high.
No, absolutely not.
All right.
If we're gonna have categories here, even absurd high through the roof values, I can't do it. Like,
All right. Well, where'd
I'll
you
put
put
it above blood. That's really high still.
All right. Well, what do you think, Red?
I mean, I hate this thing, so
Oh, all right. Well, above blood it is.
I will not be using this wall for my castle.
How dare you?
That's fair. We are just offering ideas here, and it's like, it's not even the best option if we go by this list. So I understand. You're currently on the bone pile, right?
God, this thing is in Jace's duel deck.
Good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now, if you're looking for a high defense wall, it doesn't get much better than a wall of denial. It's literally a wall of
No, it
no.
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
What do you mean?
It does. No, you're wrong.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Oh, he's putting up his own wall of denial against our denial.
I can't win. No.
You created a feedback loop.
Wall of denial. 1, rules. 2, rules. 3, fuck wall of denial.
Yeah, I know.
You can't get
I'm exactly
through it.
with you.
Oh,
This thing is fucking
Rules are-
invincible.
It sucks. I hate this.
from a
Wall of denial is so invincible. You can't touch it.
from a defense standpoint, it is fucking incredible. From a value standpoint, extremely high, apparently.
It's a wall of a bunch of fingers just telling you just turn around. Just
Yeah.
turn around.
Now, support.
It inherently can't support anything. It
Yeah.
denies everything. It's literally a wall of no.
No, but on the other
word
hand,
no is this wall.
yes, sure. But also, what is a wall but saying no to gravity?
I mean,
mean-
yeah, but the thing is, it says no to everything else as well. You can't support anything with wall of denial.
No, but if you're pushing something away, the act of pushing up is the act of supporting a roof.
It's too unstable for that. Like, I know that's like you can't do anything with it. It's got shroud. Like, you can't interact with your own dumbass wall because it says no to everything.
Yeah, it's true. You try putting it on there and it kicks you in the nuts and makes
Can't
you
even
go
put
away.
boots on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put boots on my
The
wall.
wall of denial is unbelievably good at the whole defense thing, and
Yeah.
its aesthetic is pretty damn good, and its value is great. Support, probably the worst out of this entire list so far, and maybe out of all of the walls of period.
Even out of wall of Caltrops.
Wall of Caltrops is actively unpleasant to have with you, so
No.
you're probably right. Okay.
Yeah, it's better than wall Caltrops from a sports standpoint. But man, its defense, aesthetic, and value standpoint are extremely high. Like I think the aesthetic of this is extremely good. Just like, hey,
Oh yeah, definitely.
magic hands.
But also, fuck Wall of Denial.
Yeah, I think this is up there. Like honestly, I would put it probably above Wall of Brambles. Actually,
Agreed. Really.
doesn't have the support to go much higher than that. But like, you think so? It doesn't support.
It's a bunch of hands that
But
are just telling you to go away.
Yes, but it doesn't hold up a roof.
It would get rid of the
It
roof.
doesn't
It would toss the
need
roof
to.
away.
Yeah, it's
This
true.
isn't a load-bearing wall.
Listen, if this was Dome of Denial, I'd be with you, but it's Wall of Denial.
Yeah,
and if we
okay.
were rating domes instead of walls.
I mean, next week.
You don't know how high that wall goes. It's got
Yeah.
flying.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, a dome is just a wall that keeps going.
What if the ceiling is space?
It's holding up space.
Yeah.
It's holding up space by holding up a middle finger to the stars.
Yup.
Yeah, this is up there. I don't know. Like, do I like its aesthetic better than Wall of Bone? No, but I'm a freak.
I'm a freak of nature. I'm insanely fucked up. I'm from hell.
I
I'm
love
saying below
Bone.
Wall of Bone.
Oh, man.
Red, what do you want to make an argument? Like, I could be swayed.
No, I made my arguments. It's a bunch of hands telling you to just go home.
Yeah, like from a pure defense. Yeah. Actually, I think it is above Bone.
All
it
right.
just tells you to leave.
Like don't get me wrong. The criticisms we've raised are extremely real.
This thing stops you at the door and says, I mean, you got to leave.
Yeah, like
you can't be here.
Yeah, all the stuff we said about support is absolutely true, but every other category, it is just like, it's stupid, one might say.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. It's basically tops and everything except for that one where it's near bottom. It's just, all right. You've decided the science, and I accept the science.
It just says go away.
All right. Next up, though. So there's pesky shadow creatures around who are moving through other dimensions and stuff.
Yeah.
What if we had a wall that could be in 2 at once?
So, wall of diffusion's really weird to me.
Yeah.
So you see the art, right, with the Soltari looking at that orb?
Yeah.
I think that orb is the wall.
I'm going to agree with you. I think you're right.
It's a little orb. It's a little moat of just go away.
Yeah, the Soltari is currently in the middle of, being shadowed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, like, dimensions are weird. That wall right there, which is the tiny orb, that's definitely what a wall looks like when you're in there.
Can't you say that this is a wall of diffusion?
Yes.
How
many more times are we gonna reference Genesis, huh?
Well, we get down to Wall of Genesis now. You
can tell by the way that I use my sport that I'm a shadow spawn.
No, that's not. No,
I know.
Wrong.
Wall of Diffusion, I think, is an extremely good wall. Like, it keeps out things that literally can't be blocked.
You're definitely right.
Not things that are unblockable, but things that are a half step to unblockable.
Pseudo unblockable.
Look, things that could get past Wall of Denial can't get past Wall of Diffusion unless they fly.
So, like, honestly, they can block roughly... Wall of Denial can block way more things than Wall of Diffusion.
I mean, yes, because you don't encounter that many things with Shadow, basically. But also, like, an Eagle can block a lot of the things that Wall of Denial could block.
See, Wall of Diffusion is a good instance, of context.
Why don't I just get a giant eagle, then?
We're not down to ease yet. Hold on. We're going to get to Wall of Eagles in a moment.
All right. Context is important for walls, and I have to ask, are you encountering that many shadow creatures on a daily basis?
No.
I mean, yes, because yes, I am.
Okay.
I mean, even if I am, I don't know. I'm only seeing them out of the corner of my eyes.
I mean, all I'm just saying is that a good percentage of the time I'm playing Magic, and then Red just summons a shadow creature, and it's like, get fucked, Zorak. You're not blocking this week.
All right, Mardalthi boys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that happens.
You're why
I'm on the other side of this thing. I don't need anything to block Shadow. I've got the Shadow.
Yeah, like you're the one that I need this fucking orb for, apparently. Like, I need to put this orb in my sideboards.
Dalthy Slayer's a good card.
Yeah, it is. I think a pretty good high on Wall Diffusion, actually, like, just from that variability. Like, I agree, doesn't come up that much. But also, it's an orb. It's a wall that's an orb. What's...
Yeah.
Guys being dudes. What's not to like, basically, you know?
Just walls being...
orbs.
Past
it's just a tiny little marble. It's great.
Yeah. Walls being orbs.
What could be better? Here's the thing. I know that it's an orb in this art because it's currently in the shadow itself. Sure. In normal life, it's definitely a real-ass wall, right?
Sure.
You don't know that? It could be a weird magic wall.
Yeah.
Look at the last wall. Look at the wall before that one.
I think this is better than Wall of Bramble.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll go with that.
That's where I'm at.
Its support is great because it can support from multiple different dimensions at once.
Yeah, true.
You could stand on that orb.
Defense is good. Aesthetic.
Could you stand on it?
You would, because it would be like when you're fighting, that Raven in Yoshi's Island. You know the one.
Vaguely.
Yeah, come on. Raphael Raven.
Sure. I forget if I got that far when we were doing Yoshi's Island.
Okay, well, whatever.
You overestimate my fondness for that dumb horse.
Wow.
Listen, The dumb horse aside, it's a good game.
Anyway, where are we putting this?
Wall of Bramble above.
Really?
Are you going to deny?
I mean,
Where would you put it?
I don't know. That's my issue.
Well, MDCT, where do you feel?
I'm pro above Wall of Bramble.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, that's like, I don't even know where I sit on this one.
On top of the orb. We just answered
No, I
this.
sit on the bottom.
Exactly.
God.
Oh, underneath the orb. That's how it works in that space.
Yeah, you're blocked by it.
Go ahead.
Wall of Distortion?
Okay. The one from Redeeming Masks, yeah.
This wall shows you weird Frankenstein.
It's a really shiny, magical mirror wall.
And it's like, oh no, I look like a Frankenstein. Oh no, purple.
I got too spooked.
I got spooked by the wall. It's just a mirror.
You didn't file
It's a
your
magic
taxes on
mirror.
time.
It's a
It is a
crappy
magic
magic
mirror.
mirror.
There's a tall wall leaning against it for some reason.
It's a mirror that its defensibility is pretty, it's okay for defense, but it does have value in the sense that it apparently just spooks everybody like into like insanity.
Your teeth are falling out.
Oh god, no, not my teeth!
Oh no, I dropped my counter spell. Crap.
When you're not thinking about it, a duck is gonna cross your path.
Ah!
Oh no, baby mallard.
Warping turtle.
Oh.
That's what you're seeing when you look at Wall of Distortion. All of those things and more. Because there's lots of nightmares in Wall of Distortion.
It's pretty good, but also pretty lame.
I wouldn't want this near my
I
castle.
think it's kind of a cool gimmick for a wall.
Yeah.
You're right. It's just I
It's a
wouldn't want this near
wall
my
that just
castle.
shows you your nightmare.
Exactly. That's kind of why I wouldn't want it, you know?
Yeah, because it seems like you would accidentally get yourself with this if it was
Only
your
if
own
I'm
wall.
outside the wall. If I'm outside my walls, I have bigger problems.
Yeah, but if I'm going outside my wall to do gardening,
Like you go outside and like you look at the wall and then all of a sudden you're trapped underneath you see yourself trapped underneath a log in a running river and like, man, I don't need that in my day.
can we point to the fact that their way of representing in this art the oops you dropped the thing when it spooks you, it's just a sword and a book just laying there as if multiple people have come by here at one point or another and just like fuck.
They got spooked and they dropped it. This woman right here is dropping a brush and a magnifying glass.
Yeah, just like just multiple people. There's just a piling up. Like maybe from a value standpoint, this is high because like
It's actually really good at repelling invaders. You're right.
But also it's extremely good at getting you free stuff.
That too. Yeah.
This wall pays for itself. Ah, fuck my book. I could
I'm
pick it
coming
up,
around.
but that spooky Frankenstein in the wall might scare me again.
Screw that, I'll write another one.
You know, you're turning me around. I'm suddenly pretty pro Wall of Distortion. I think I would want
Yeah.
one around my castle.
Yeah, how high?
I'm gonna foreclose your house.
Oh no!
I just bought it.
You're gonna get into a car crash, and you're the one who's gonna have to pay for it.
Oh god! Oh. Yeah, I hired a new servant. I hired a new servant and he ran away. He said something about seeing himself marrying his grandmother. What the hell's up with that?
So where do we put it? Like someone throw something. Say a number.
I like this better than Wall of Diffusion.
I like this better than Wall of Bone.
I think I like this better than Wall of Bone.
Can you sell me versus Wall of Bone?
Well, a Wall of Bone is just merely made out of skeletons. It is like a physical, like tangible thing. Like a strong enough wizard would be like a Wall of Bone, psh, lightning bolt, or not literally lightning bolt, but you know
I was
he's gonna
gonna
be.
say because you can blow up.
No, but a wizard's gonna be just like up yours, wall, and like throw the bones into the sky. But
tunnel beneath it through the
yeah,
floor.
but then they encounter a wall of distortion, and they're like, oh no, I do look like a twat. No! And the winner.
Oh no,
I'm not wearing
the wall of
pants.
bone.
I made
the
a
wall of
bone. And then the wizard explodes,
All right,
basically.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I like this better than the wall of bone.
Yep.
All
But
right.
also, yeah.
Another wall that probably doesn't offer that great support, being so highly ranked up here.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, you can see here there's an actual physical wall
Not a
there.
wall, it's
Yeah.
the thing you did on a wall.
Yeah, it's an enchanted wall in this case. It's a normal ass wall. From a support standpoint, it's not supernatural. It's just a natural ass wall.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
But if we're going to talk about bad support, let me tell you, a wall of dust is probably pretty bad.
I don't think this is a wall in that sense, though.
I mean,
It's
it's like
a wall in the same.
This is
sort
like
of
a
way as Wall of
ninja
Air.
throwing down a smoke bomb. Type
yes,
wall.
this is like a magical like barrier wall.
Yeah.
But if
Definitely.
you were to try to make a house out of it, do not. Just saying, do not try to make a wall.
I mean, no, the wolf's just gonna blow it away and then not untap next turn.
That'd be pretty bad.
Can't not tap next turn, whatever. Too full of dust.
Yeah, you get lost in the dust basically, and you're just basically wandering for a while.
One of my favorite trends of the Richard Thomas art on these walls, by the way, is you can see the wizard summoning the wall on like all of them.
Oh, can you? Where at?
Yeah, like look at the Wall of Airs for other art. You can see the wizard summoning them on like all the walls he did.
Neat.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a wall of dust.
I can't really think of that many uses for a wall of dust.
It gets the dudes lost in it.
It
Kills them
Yeah.
with the winds full of dust. Because let me tell you, winds full of dust, bad. Let me talk to you about
It's true.
Venus.
look, the creature it blocks doesn't have a good time now, but about 20 years down the line, mesothelioma.
Yep, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. If you've been a victim of wizard's attack by a wall of dust, you're entitled for mesothelioma
Yep.
recompense.
Call 1-888 no dust.
One.
One.
Now.
Another number. It's not enough.
Yeah, no dust one.
No, it's no with two O's.
No
No
dust.
dust.
No, it's no exclamation mark dust.
There's
Just look
no
at-
exclamation mark on the fucking phone like numbers though, is there? I don't think so.
Just
Uh,
so where do you put a wall of dust?
I mean, a wall of dust is basically a wall of air, but it chokes things, right?
Yeah, it's a strictly
That
better
does kind of make it
air.
a strictly better wall of air, you're right.
But
But I think it's worse than Wall of Corpses, for instance. I don't
Do
think
you
these
really?
I
really
like it-
do.
I kind of like it better than the wall of corpses because I like the theory of a wall of corpses, but as we said, the wall of corpses just falls over when you use it.
I like that it doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it does cause you to choke. Choke on my dust.
It's true.
I mean,
losers.
that's fair. I'm still not super fond of it, but I will acquiesce to its position as above Wall of Corpses.
I think I like it better than Wall of Blossoms.
I'm gonna disagree with that emphatically.
It's
Yeah.
a big old cloud of dust.
Yeah, and that's a big old cloud of blossoms.
Yeah,
and
but I'll point out that when I saw summon a wall of blossoms, I just eat a flower right off of it, and it gives me good ideas.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I still
See,
like
that's
it
high
better.
value. Dust is
See,
dust
when
is
I
pretty
summon a
good.
wall of dust, I take a bite out of the wall of dust and immediately fall to the ground hacking.
See, is that what you're looking for? Do you like that in the
Yeah.
wall? All right,
Yeah,
well,
a wall of dust comes up, and then you hear me laughing, and then when it clades, I'm just on the ground dead. It's great.
it was on what kind of move you were trying to do with the wall of dust.
Yep.
I think
Bugs Bunny leaves these when he runs away really fast. They're shaped like him.
I think wall of dust is good, but I think I'm with you, Red. I think I like it better than wall of blossoms.
Yeah, like I don't,
Wild, crazy.
I don't like it
Yeah.
better. Do I like it better than Wall of Blood now?
I do not. I do not.
Nah,
I
same.
very much do not.
Same.
Okay.
All right, well, here's up next. Wall of Earth. It's a wall made out of mud, and it's just a mud wall. We got these right now.
I'll point
You can
out
see
that,
the wizard casting it.
but
He's very
also
up.
I'll point out that literally the text here just describes that there's just an angry dude yelling in this wall, though.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
doing a
yeah.
Dragon Ball. He's yelling so loud that the rocks are starting to float up around.
Yes, but also,
It's just-
is that the wizard casting it, or is that the dude the flavor text says that there's an elemental force just captured in the wall itself. So there's just there's an elemental of earth in the side just going. "Argh!"
Yeah, this guy's casting it. It's great.
Okay.
That's an Earth Mage.
Okay, that's
You've
an
seen
earth
Earth Mages.
That's not an earth elemental in the wall.
No,
I'm just saying.
the wizard casting it.
Okay. if you say
I'm
so.
just saying. Ignoring this is just a mud wall.
I mean, yes, from a support
It
standpoint.
could be made of dirt clods.
Look,
That's just dry mud.
Yeah,
Look.
and
oh, you might as well just call, like, from a standpoint of a wall of earth, the earth is a wall of earth. You know, from a support standpoint, you don't get much better than just dirt.
it is a wall of dirt.
It's true. You're not wrong, but at the same time, I can't actually.
It's
If
somebody.
you are a wizard. Please summon up a more interesting wall than the wall made
I don't
out
know
of
what type
dirt.
of wizard I am. Maybe I'm like an earthbender type asshole.
Well,
yeah,
then just make it out of something more interesting than just dirt. You can
No.
have like
This is spur of the moment. I did this for 2 mana.
make like wall spikes, maybe.
That cost more
Spiky
mana.
wall. I cannot get behind Wall of Earth as a creative endeavor. I'll be honest. I'll admit it's a good wall. Actually, it makes a good ass wall, but it's aesthetic rock bottom.
value's
No, it's
pretty
earth, not
okay.
rock.
Yeah, it's just this is literally the rock bottom worst wall for aesthetic.
Yeah, but function wise,
I'm saying like, yeah,
I like it better than air.
I mean, yeah, I trust it more than air.
I would trust him more than air. I'll agree with that. It's just like, man,
That's where I'm at. Any objections?
I like it more than dust.
really?
That's a lie.
Man.
No, that's a lie.
You fucking
Go-
wrong with
okay.
Somebody
you?
gets riled up.
Yeah, you summon up
I do
a wall
like
of
I
Earth,
do
you
like
walk
it more
up-
than Wall of Corpses, though.
No,
No,
no.
you don't see any value in just the wizard forcing the ground up in front of them.
Oh, I do. I just think that if, from my personal perspective of wizards, again, as a fucking weirdo, I prefer to summon just my enemies, dead.
You summon up a wall of earth, you walk up to it, and you take a big hunk and chonk out of it, and wow, it's just dirt in my mouth. It's just
Yeah.
dirt.
Yeah, it is.
It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna
And
hurt
then I
anyone.
punch
It's
you
just
because I'm
dirt.
that buff Earth wizard in the art.
Yeah, see, that has nothing to do with the wall.
No,
has
but it bought me time.
Yeah, that is entirely to do with you being a buff earth wizard, which I'm pretty sure
Yes.
you're not.
I'm
But-
not at all.
Yeah,
Okay, let's move on. Wall of Essence is a hell of a wall.
It's made of essence.
It's made of essence. That's
It's made of my key.
yeah.
My key.
And if you punch my key, I get stronger.
Yeah.
true.
You try touching my key, you'll go fuck.
I do like this as a wall idea for value, for like effect.
Can we
Makes
talk?
it feel better every time you hit.
Yep. Like
I
it's
appreciate that it's not like, hey, it's a big Masonic just wall. It's a portable wall that you just cast.
Yep.
It's a really good interpretation of walls as creatures.
Can we
Yes.
talk about this wizard short pants though?
Yes,
They're great.
absolutely. Go
They're
ahead.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about this wizard short pants.
Can,
Yep.
can we talk about how this flavor text talks about the ceiling and floor fucking and the wall watching?
Oh,
it go
come
down?
on. No, don't make it crude.
Look,
Very lovely.
it is, but also it's extremely funny.
I think it's sweet.
It is, but also I find sweet things funny. Is that wrong?
It's a little weird.
Squat.
We've already established this.
Yeah.
I
I like the mog that's just poking the wall.
yeah, I like the
Yeah.
skeletons.
Of course you do. They're skeletons.
Yeah, but as if you don't. These are all great. This is a great wall. I think this is
Yeah.
fantastic. It's got good aesthetic, good value because you're just using your own soul. It's the most
Yep.
expendable resource known to
What if
man.
I don't have a soul?
Well, don't.
Can I use somebody else's soul?
Yes.
No, this is in white.
You totally
things
can.
are in white.
though. You
Eh.
could totally use someone else's soul.
Thank you.
You think it's got to be willing?
What if I stole their soul with black magic and then used this with the white magic?
Yeah, I guess that'd be a pretty white-black thing to do. You fucking monster. Good defense.
At least I'm not making eel hawks.
I mean, sure, but why not?
Why not, in fact? Why don't you get on that? Necromantic eelhawks.
So support, I mean, I would say no because it's just a dishy summoning, but on the other hand, flavor text is all in on support, so...
Yeah. Well, its effect is incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
Well, I meant more of like ceiling-wise, but...
True, but also on the emotional...
You realize the flavor text is a metaphorical saying, right?
Yes, but also literal.
Sure.
I created...
It's great for the emotional support, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right. You can call the wall out and talk to it, get through your problems. And then a skeleton will poke it and you'll feel better.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
It's pretty good. How high?
Above blood. Above blood.
Above deceit.
I'll be fine with above deceit.
Above bramble.
Above bramble.
Okay, yeah. But
above diffusion?
I mean, diffusion is an orb.
This could be an orb. It goes around you.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not being attacked from behind, so he's just forcing it out at the skeletons.
Better than bone? I like the aesthetic of bone better, but I like the wall of...
If I lost my essence, would I be more sad if I lost my bones?
I would be way more sad if I lost my bones myself.
Yeah.
No, I think I'd be sadder if I lost my essence, but then again, you know.
I'm just saying, losing your bones is possibly among the worst things there is. Ain't no such thing as a wet bones.
Ugh.
Just a Koopa with no bones at all.
Yeah, I think this is below bone, but above diffusion.
Yeah, that's my place on it too.
All right. Not sure I agree, but that's fine. I was in that ballpark. Yep. Okay. On the topic of emotional walls that driven by vague concepts, a wall of faith?
Faith won't save you from birds!
It's
no,
true.
No, they'll just fly over your faith.
Absolutely.
Our religion doesn't believe in birds.
Wall of faith will not. Wall of faith will not save you from demons. Ergo, faith
only believes in horses.
How
much we hate them.
But not horsemanship.
Anti-horse religion.
But it does not believe in horsemanship.
Oh no. Oh man.
I have problems with Wall of Faith.
Yeah.
Why is it a big old glowing chainmail like texture that doesn't even look like it's actually thick at all?
Magic.
That's what my faith looks like. Look, it is. Look what it's doing to the ground there, my dude.
Yeah, it's summoning out the ground as a magical.
That thing just shot up. It's like, all right.
It's just like it visually looks a bit like just a Photoshop texture popped up out of the ground.
Faith,
magic.
Faith won't keep the roof over my children.
Hopes and prayers will not save me from an invasion.
of hopes and prayers won't keep the demons out of my attic.
And there's so many birds.
These crows, these goddamn crows. I like the concept of Wall of Faith more than the execution of Wall of Faith.
I'm agreeing with you entirely.
I think this wizard's faith was lacking. If this is the best he could get out of his faith.
Oh shit, that's a big worm. Faith, 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 faith. Please, I believe in the worm.
Like, I do appreciate the fact that you can install more faith in this thing. Like, yes. On the other hand, the fact that your faith will not defend you against eagles
is kind of a weak faith, yeah.
Oh, imps keep getting through. Oh,
I don't believe in imps.
God, why do you let these imps tear apart my family?
The best part is not only just like flying birds, but also Zodiac Rooster gets through. Where does this go?
I like it.
It's pretty good still, like all goofing aside.
Sure, I like
okay.
I like it better than blood.
I like it better than dust. I think I'd put it below blood.
I like it less than dust.
Hmm.
Well, we've come to an impasse.
Yep. Now we gotta
Exact
sway
mi-
somebody.
I mean, the
exact middle in my case is above dust, below blood.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, that's how it works. Faith is below blood and above dust.
All right.
You can quote me on that.
All right.
Oh no!
Now,
Now I'm going
here's
to
a
hell.
wall I can get into.
Don't get into this.
You shouldn't, unless you're a cool surfer.
Wall fire's dope.
Yeah, it is.
You can see the wizard casting it.
You can also see the wizard who's surfing on it if you look real
No.
close.
That's a different card. You're thinking of Flame Wave.
Am I? Ah,
Yes,
damn
Yeah.
it. They have
Fucked
very similar art, okay?
Yeah.
Wall of fire is good. It's extremely good wall. You can pump up the jam to keep
It
more
is
stuff
real
out.
good. Like it's as far
This
as
is a-
elemental walls go.
Yep.
It's a
This
thing
actually-
of fire.
And this is one of the better. Okay, mechanically, this is one of the better walls. Just as a, this thing can actually really wreck some faces. Now that aside, it's very easy to make a lot of fire. This is high value ass wall right here.
They've
Sure.
imprinted the thing so many times.
It's good every time too. I would pick
Yeah.
this in a limited format any day if I'm playing red and slightly defensive.
Controlish red, yeah.
Yeah.
Good defense, low support. Let's be honest, you're not going to be supporting a house on fire unless you're
Yeah.
unless you're in a freet.
Mm-hmm.
The usual.
And even then, you're not really getting any support out of the fire itself. It's kind of despite the fire.
I mean, yes, you're right. At that point, you're really more taking advantage of the air drafts that the fire is creating to raise your city of brass. But in any case,
Yeah.
I like Wall of Fire a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
agreed.
I'm pretty into this.
Like it's
Better.
pretty to look at.
Yep,
Keeps you warm.
does keep you
It's
warm.
5 degrees out here right now. I'd be into this.
Cook on it. So high value.
Sure.
Is it better than bone?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
Is it better than distortion?
I would
I'm
prefer
thinking
to have
it is
I would prefer to have a wall of roaring flame instead of
over
oh
a
God,
wall of roaring
my teeth are
nightmares.
falling
Yeah.
out.
But on the well, okay, but what do you prefer? Do you prefer the ability to have, to cook your meals, or do you prefer the ability to get free stuff when people go, oh shit, grabbed by the ghoulies?
I'd rather
I-
have warmth.
I
than
like
being
to
able
cook
my
food.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would.
Now,
Alright.
wall of denial, though.
No. Wizard hands are so strong.
It is a wall that literally is the platonic ideal of
Hey.
a wall when you think
But
about it.
also,
No. Also, no.
the Wall of Fire just burns things, and it does it real good.
Sure, but also no. Nuh-uh. Don't think
Yeah,
so.
It does.
If you had an effect that allowed defenders to attack, Wall of Fire would be able to beat Wall of Denial in a fight if you also had 8 available red mana.
Yes, but also
I think that's pretty scientific, although I don't think that actually gives it an edge over Wall of Denial.
I can
I like it more than Wall of Denial.
I
That's
can
all I'm saying.
murder a wall of fire.
Yeah, and
I can murder fire. I
Sure.
cannot murder the concept of no.
You can if you try
can.
really hard.
yeah, I could. Big enough
No.
worm. Big enough worm.
You could-
Worm will just stop that thing to death.
Well, that's
You
different.
could have it executed.
Yeah.
I like denial better, but I would
Fire's better.
I would put fire at 2.
I'm thinking I'm still on the side of putting fire at 2. I do really
Sure.
like. It's very, very close though.
Sure.
Wall of Fire is excellent, and it is not putting it below Wall of Denial does not diminish its excellence in the slightest.
Yeah, fire in fact good. Fire good.
All right,
Yep.
so I know that we're getting a little esoteric here as far as materials to use in
Yeah.
creating a wall. But how about Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs?
No.
Each one of these walls has different Forgotten Pharaoh used in the construction.
Now, you might be thinking about it, from a value standpoint, it is in fact pretty low because you got to get all these Forgotten Pharaohs. But on the other hand, nobody else is using them, so you're good.
It's true.
Good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. It's an untapped market. And granted, there isn't that much raw material, but what raw material there is unused, and you have total advantage of it.
And also a guy just pops out and cuts a guy.
Yeah, because he likes sand a lot.
Oh, I love sand. So coarse and it gets everywhere.
And I'm all about that. I'm a freaky, fucked up pharaoh.
They do only
That's my
do stuff.
Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
So, of course, this is a wall that's only really useful if you're in the desert, because that's the only time it will come alive. Otherwise, you just got your museum. Like, in order for this like night at the museum situation to occur, you know, this is not going to occur in like the Smithsonian. It's not going to occur in whatever the museum in London is, whose name I forget.
The fucking British Museum.
Of course,
it's just called the British Museum. Go ahead.
It's not going to happen there. This will only happen if your museum is in like Arizona, Nevada, you know, Egypt, obviously.
Egypt's a good one, yeah.
Egypt is a good one. You've got a lot more pharaohs on hand at that point, though.
Yeah, but
probably not as many on hand as you would be if you were in the British Museum. Hey-o! Sorry.
Also, weirdly, you'd find at least one in the Arizona, in the Sonoran Pharaoh lands.
Yeah, that's also because of imperialism. Anyways, where do we put the Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs?
It's a silly wall.
It's pretty good.
Through the roof.
Yeah. Support pretty low. I don't think
how is it low?
I mean, I guess you're right, because you have an actual wall that the pharaohs
have
are
been around
descend.
long enough that the pharaohs are forgotten.
You're right. From that standpoint, it's great.
And it will stab a guy.
Yeah, it will stab a guy.
I do think the value is pretty low, and it's pretty specific. You can't have this wall just anywhere. The context makes it like it's a very specific kind of wall. I do like it, though. I would put it above Wall of Blood. I'll put it above. Actually, I'll put it above Wall of Bramble.
I got it below Wall of Faith.
Really? Okay. Only above Dust, huh?
Yeah. Which is weird because I love Dust.
I honestly think
this also loves Dust.
I honestly think I'm probably actually with you, Red. Actually, I would probably put it above Faith.
Above Faith, huh?
Yeah, Pharaoh's above Faith.
Blood.
That's the name of my band. Do we want to just drop here in the middle, because that's technically the middle?
Above Faith, yeah, I could see it.
All right. Damn it, Forgotten Pharaohs, you're too long. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Honorable mention time. No, don't. You moved the picture. Honorable mention, Wall of Fortune. Now, it's a good goof, but goofs aside,
Be a pretty shitty wall, if we're being real.
You don't know that.
I think I do know that.
Bunch of gears.
Like, all of these shapes, they don't connect well.
Do they need to? They're turning.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. I don't particularly like this as a wall for most reasons.
it doesn't matter.
Really
It's a
for
goof.
support value or anything like that. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. As an uncard, it's an honorable mention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then next up, Wall of Frost.
It's a good wall.
It is a good wall. It's very cold, though.
Yeah, sometimes that's a good deterrent.
Yeah, it's just, but like, here's a fact about ice. I don't know if you heard about this stuff. It's very cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I don't like being cold myself. As far as castles go, this is probably on the low end of walls I'd want around my castle.
Yeah, a lot of good flavor text on this wall. I will just say, you got the good one about just warmongers coming to this wall and going, "Nope, I'm going home."
See, it's because it's real cold.
Yep, and then you also have the thing about, "Yo, fuck wolves."
Yeah, wolves are dumb as hell. All right, where are we putting this?
It's good.
It's another elemental wall.
I think
It's an elemental wall. It's probably the best of those that isn't fire so far. It's above earth.
Oh, definitely. I like it better. Honestly, I'd probably put this somewhere in the realm of Brambles.
Yeah, I'd put it above Diffusion.
That's in the realm of Brambles. Yeah, I'd say above Diffusion would be perfectly fine.
I'd put it below Diffusion myself because I don't like being cold.
Exactly. Neither do your opponents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like I'm not willing to put myself at that much risk.
Well, I welcome it.
Yeah.
Because it freezes my wolves.
Wolves. Concerned about wolves.
Yeah. Speaking about dumb walls, so what about someone just holding up a mirror and just flashing light in your eyes?
I think that's a really just subtractive view of this. It's a constant flash bomb. It's just constantly happening.
Just a line on the ground, though.
Yep. Big bright light.
I mean, from a defense standpoint, it's apparently extremely good.
Yeah.
It can affect a lot of things at once, more so than normal.
Stopping those Keldons.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't like it much, to be honest.
If your opponent
there's no support in
power, they're out of luck.
Like the thing is, there's no support in light, and the aesthetic of just blinding light and only that isn't very good either.
As a man with overactive pupils,
okay,
I would not wish the glaring sunlight on anyone. I would honestly.
I'm low on wall.
Yeah, below blossoms, below corpses,
below earth.
Yeah, below earth. I like dirt better than light.
Dirt is at least like an actual physical wall, and I can get into that.
So I mean, I guess you could just cover your eyes, right?
Well, no. I mean, the light will get in there anyway if it's like a flash bomb going off the whole time.
What if I don't have eyes?
See, then you're good.
Yeah.
Then you can just roll over it. I guess it'd be a little hot because there's a lot of light coming out of there. That electromagnetic radiation is definitely going to be putting off some heat.
Is this worse than air?
I think it is myself. Yeah.
It's better than Caltrops. Fuck Caltrops.
Oh yeah, Caltrops sucks though. So, yeah.
I'm actually surprised how low wall of air is.
Look, it just kind of works out this way.
It's air. I don't.
Here's another wall of dirt. It's wall of granite. Although,
sorry, no, this is granite. This is better than dirt.
Yeah, don't take
rocks.
it for granted.
It's wall of rocks. Okay, fine, but rocks is just hard dirt.
No.
Yeah, no, it's granite.
We're gonna have to have a geology discussion with you.
Rocks is hard dirt. All right. Bones is just hard meat. Wall of granite.
Wall of granite.
I like wall of granite more than earth.
There's something simple about I pulled a wall of granite up out of the ground.
The specificity is extremely good. The support is good.
Granite's a good rock.
Aesthetics, it's what as far as rocks go, granite's got a pretty good aesthetic. You can make some, countertops out of it when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good gravestones. A lot of good things you can make out of wall of granite, for certain.
I don't know. Though on the other hand, I like pharaohs better than granite.
Me too.
Really?
If you were to ask me, like, hey, Zorak, what do you prefer, pharaohs or granite? I'd go, probably pharaohs. Yeah, forgotten or remembered, for that matter.
I like to think this is basically like Summon New Hampshire. It's like,
Sure.
See, now you say that, I like it even less.
I know. But you already didn't like it, so
Yeah, I don't hate it.
So what is better, faith or granite? Do you take faith for granite?
Granite
Granite.
is better.
All right.
I still think it's better than Pharaoh's.
I
No,
don't.
I like Pharaoh's better.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that you wish you had right now.
Yeah.
A wall of heat.
Oh, look, you can see the wizard summoning it.
You can see the wizard going, oh god, it's so damn hot.
I found this orb and I'm summoning heat.
This orb is really hot now.
This is an extremely good wall from both aesthetics, in the sense that it's just like a wavering, just like, god, it's so damn hot. This wall actually kills pretty good.
2/6 ain't bad.
Note,
2/6 for 3 is pretty good.
of note, the printing of the card that we are currently looking at is a minor misprint, where the one layer of the text is like to the left a little bit more than it should be.
That happens with Legends
Yep.
a lot.
Anyway,
Still looks cool.
I like that this
hot
is in the
wall.
same set as Wall of Dust and Wall of Earth, and it's basically a better.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
So, Legends isn't very good for limited. I don't know if you've noticed, because all of Red's common creatures are either walls or have 0 power, except for Raging Bull, which is just a gray ogre.
Now you might be aware of this, but Legends isn't a good set.
Legends is fine. Shut up.
You might be aware that Legends isn't a good set if you've been paying any kind of attention.
How dare you?
Now, Wall of Heat, though. Heat is pretty much also just cooler air, or rather hotter air.
Disagree.
I like that.
It doesn't say how hot the heat is.
It could be just a little balmy. Yeah, it could be a little warm.
Probably not. It deals 2 damage.
It could extremely kill a bear.
How much does
Just by
Magma
being
Jet
there.
deal?
Well, I'm just thinking. A little bit more than 1 damage. One might call it 2.
Yeah. It's a wall of heat that is as hot as Magma Jet.
Huh.
I don't know, though. Like, I like it conceptually because it's weird, but also, as far as walls go,
Yeah.
It's going to be no support at all and just a bunch of heat.
I mean, yeah.
And aesthetically, I mean, it's got that cool heat shimmer effect.
Exactly.
But at the same time, that's kind of all it is. It's just a wall of shimmery anything. It's just, it'd be very similar to Wall of Air on that front.
I like it better than Wall of Earth.
You like it better than Wall of Earth?
Yeah.
Because I like it a little bit less than Wall of Earth.
Same.
I like it
fine.
purely above Wall of Air.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to argue with that.
Okay. Well,
Speaking of Wall of Faith,
here's Wall of Essence's younger brother, Wall, because that's how walls work.
it's Wall of Hope.
Wall of Hope.
Hope is different than Faith.
Turns out.
It is
yes.
similar to Essence, though.
Turns out. I think Wall of Hope is cool from it's kind of neat. I agree, it's kind of the same thing as like Faith, but on the other hand, it's also got the neat thing of gaining life, which actually is kind of neat.
They're hoping the goblins away.
Yeah. You just really want goblins to leave, and they do.
Can't hope eagles away, but
No.
Nope. Just like Faith, nothing can save you from birds.
Yeah. But
well, other birds.
Denial can.
Other birds.
Yeah.
Swords could. Mm?
Swords can, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we managed to somehow avoid encountering a wall of eagles, so I'm hoping that there's a wall of like ravens down.
Anyway,
Wall of vultures.
do we directly compare this to Wall of Faith?
Yes, it's better. Hope is better than
It's
Faith,
one of-
apparently.
Yeah, it is
But
definitely
is it
better than Faith.
Granite.
I don't think so. I think it's like just a direct upgrade over Faith aesthetically. Although I point this, it is pretty much also just Wall of Essence in a lot of ways. It is similar.
Is it better
Yeah.
than common sense gun control laws?
It is not.
Okay.
I am definitely much more for common sense gun control laws over
Okay,
Wall
then.
of Hope.
All right. I think we have it then.
Mm-hmm.
So worse than granite.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you get down to it, it is granite. You can hope all you
speaking
want.
of-
The granite's going to keep that dragon out there as long as it can't fly.
Which
Now,
you can.
speaking of being pretty much just
Oh,
granite,
shit.
it's Wall of Ice coming up next.
Look, you can see the wizard summoning it.
Yeah.
So, Wall of Ice is weird, right? Because it's a green wall.
Yes.
Yes.
You think it'd be blue?
Yeah.
And they
you
also
would.
realized that, so they made Glacial Wall and Ice Age, which is the exact same thing. And then they make Glacial Wall into Wall of Frost later.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
Wall of Ice sucks.
no!
It is explicitly
It's a Wall
just
of
not-
Ice!
It's a
You
strictly
can't
worse
climb
version.
over it!
It's a strictly worse version of one we just saw.
No, it's not. It's green.
Yeah.
It's-
Why do I need a big green wall in green? I can summon a bear.
Yeah.
I
Then an elephant's
I
going to step
like it.
on it.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not even gonna boot around the bush. I like it more than Wall of Heat, and that's it.
I like it more than Wall of Earth.
It's not as good as Wall of Earth.
It's
It's
ice, you
cold.
You can't climb over it. It's too slippery.
I like it
Yeah.
better. I like it worse
It's
than
cool.
heat, but by the law of averages.
Ugh.
It's cold.
I know.
Now, speaking of our aesthetic,
Yeah.
Wall of Junk.
All of junk.
Yeah.
Look, it's Urza.
See, now here's good value. That's all recycled.
On the
That's
other
a word
hand,
for it, sure.
it's a pretty
Yeah.
terrible wall.
Oh yeah,
It's-
definitely.
It is genuinely not. I have gotten very good use out of it.
I mean, if you like ETBs and you like colorless
And I
junk,
do.
It is on that front, but you do have to rebuild this wall every time it gets touched.
No, that's fine. It only cost you 2. It's Phyrexian. It's from Phyrexia.
yeah,
Is it that if it's self-repairing, which it might be?
It comes up out of the ground. It's great.
Yeah.
It's got a lip on it, so you can't climb over it.
Yeah, that is smart. That's smart design. I do like that a lot.
It's Phyrexian design right there. They know what they're doing.
They're pretty smart, those Phyrexians.
they got good heads on their shoulders, or sometimes on their
A
feet,
lot of them.
sometimes in their
Sometimes
mouth.
they don't have heads.
Yep.
Weird.
I don't know where to put Wall of Junk. Like, I like the aesthetic, well, okay, if you're going for a certain style, obviously, if you're like working in a palace, you don't necessarily want a Wall of Junk. Or if you're like a classy wizard, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm Hercule von Kloppenstop. I'm going to stop these knights from attacking my hosiery house. Wall of Junk. Like, you're not gonna get any that night.
Right, but I'm
True.
not that guy. I'm not of the Clop and Stop Lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not. So for you, yeah, by all means, summon a Wall of Junk.
Yep.
I'm distantly related to the Clop and Stops, but I'm not really like associated with them.
So where would you put this Wall of Junk?
Let's
Reasonably
Let's go-
high.
yeah. Let's compare this to Wall of Granite.
Oh, I like this.
I'd put it above
I like it a lot
granite.
better than Wall of Granite.
Now, are dead pharaohs equivalent to junk? From a cultural standpoint, no. From a practical standpoint, maybe.
I don't
I
know.
mean, I don't know. I've forgotten them, so I can't tell you anything about them.
Forgotten pharaohs do get turned into mummy yellow paint pretty easy.
That's true. A bunch of people ate that wall.
Yeah.
Ugh. Wall of Junk's better.
Yeah, but blood.
Wall of junk is better.
Blood.
Blood is basically nature's junk.
Nature's junk, huh?
I like
I don't know.
blood better.
Let me
I
look
think
at
I
the
agree
list.
with that.
I don't know.
Blood.
Blood. Yeah, all right.
Just say the word blood a few more times and you'll feel better about it. Blood.
No.
You could also do the same thing with junk, though.
Yeah.
You just say junk.
Junk.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Wall of kelp.
This is
All
some
right.
pretty real shit.
I'm for this. Do you want to know the main reason why?
It makes more kelp.
No. Do you want to know the main reason why? It's even better.
Why is that?
So I've surrounded my fortress with this wall of kelp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what sleeps in kelp? Sea otters.
It's
And
true.
they're adorable.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. As someone who scuba dives, let me tell you, as someone who has gotten stuck in kelp is quite effective.
Yeah.
It turns out. There's a reason they give you knives when you scuba dive. No, it's not for sea life. It's, well, sea life in
It's
so
not
much as
usually
kelp.
for sea life.
It's for kelp. That's why the knife is there. It's for kelp.
Yep.
This is a wall that makes more walls.
It makes more walls called kelp. I've done dumb stuff with this wall.
You can eat.
You
You can
turned the
eat
kelp
it.
into stuff.
You can eat
Yeah.
kelp. Kelp is a thing you can eat. It is a food item.
Yeah, Zeki's saying that.
Yeah, you can
Now,
make
here's the
stuff out of
thing.
it.
Here's the thing, though. Doesn't make it very good at repelling defenders, though, or attackers.
Well, 0
Because they
3
can
is
just eat it
pretty
too.
okay.
As long as they don't
Yeah.
get trampled, you throw the kelp in front of it.
Yeah.
Well, kelp's fine. It's great.
I think wall kelp is not just fine. I think it is
Wall kelp's
supreme.
Well, kelp's a $12 card right now. Really? Wow.
Yeah, who doesn't want kelp?
Hmm.
All right. Well,
Wall kelp is supreme.
glad
I
I got mine when I did.
I would put kelp at the top of this list.
That's pretty tough. I don't think I would.
You think kelp's better than denial, huh?
I
think
do not.
Kelp's better than distortion. I like nightmares.
I do not deny kelp. Kelp is a nightmare, but also otters live in it,
Yeah, I do like sea otters.
and also like sea lions.
Like, yeah, Garibaldi's.
Kelp is like a habitat.
It's true. It is. It definitely is.
By summoning kelp, you're one, helping nature.
Yeah.
2, you can eat it. Kombu.
3, you're giving adorable sea otters a place to sleep. Yeah, okay. Sea otter sold me. I sold myself with the sea otters.
Now, I'm
Okay,
giving you.
well.
I'm giving. You can object if you want to try making a counter argument. You were more than welcome to. I could maybe be.
Wall of kelp would only be very particularly useful if I had an underwater castle.
I do.
Who doesn't?
I don't.
But also,
No.
it does work on land. It turns out you're summoning the water with it.
I don't know. I don't. You're just making a moat at that point, and that's not a very good wall, is it? Though
I don't know.
But you try.
Moats are pretty good.
You try swimming through that moat, and then you hit the kelp, and then you're like, ah, crap.
Yeah, like that's a moat though. It's an inverse wall,
I have an
and we're
image
trying
here.
to. I see the sea otter,
Oh,
and it's adorable.
It's this one.
Oh,
Yeah, I see the
no.
sea
That's a
otters,
mama
and
sea
they're
otter with the baby
no.
sea otter. They're sleeping. They're sleeping on the belly. It's in the kelp bed.
They're adorable. I listen. The science is clearly against me here, but I personally am not. I'm not
All
nearly
right.
as up on Wall of Kelp as you two.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
say you're. Look, let me put it this way. Say you're a blue-green mage.
Yes, and I know someone who might be.
Say you had doubling season.
Yeah, and you want to choke everything out with kelp.
Say you want to destroy the world with kelp.
See, I understand where you're coming from. It's just I'm not that wizard.
Do you want to be?
No, I don't want to be. I'm
That's okay.
sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not that
All right.
wizard.
So are we actually putting wall kelp on the top of this list, all things said and done?
Are you
I'm for
second
it.
guessing yourself now?
I'm for it.
No, I know what my heart says, but also my science heart. But also, denial is trying to...
No, I like it better than wall of denial.
Denial is insidious. You know how it is.
Sea otters.
Oh yeah. So you cannot say no to sea otters. That's sea
So-
otters protect me.
Okay, now coming up next is a wall that I personally am very fond of.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're talking about Wall of Lava.
No
Yeah.
otters.
No otters, but there could totally be other cool lava dwelling animals. You don't know.
There could be lava otters.
Yeah.
Yeah, lava otters. Lava otters. Wall of Lava is a fantastic wall.
Yep.
It is even better at hurting things than Wall of Fire,
It's
for
true.
one. It is for the most, except for unless you're only putting one right into it. But the moment you're putting in at least two, it's at least as good. And then any point past that, it's even better.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Wall of Lava is fantastic. It is a real. It's really cool because, like, let's be real, lava's cooler than fire is.
Yeah.
Lava has got that cool, like,
I mean,
constantly in the middle of solidifying and unsolidifying because it's so hot. It glows really good, just like fire.
It does.
It's solid, which means it's an even better wall. It has better support because of it. You could have a solid bit up top.
But can you cook with it?
Yes.
Yeah, easy. You can cook with it easier, honestly.
Those
Have you ever heard of
guys that are
volcanic
being
bread?
those guys being knocked up by the lava there, they're being cooked.
They're being
on
but
fire
no,
right
but they're
now.
being like overcooked.
I'm just saying, like, have you never heard of volcanic bread? You can cook bread in volcanic ashes.
It's great.
That's different though. Like you're not
Yeah.
cooking in lava though. Like you can cook in fire,
Okay,
but
listen.
not in lava.
You can cook in fire. You can bake with lava.
Yeah.
So it's, what you're basically asking me to discern here is, do I prefer baking to cooking?
I mean, I know you don't.
I mean, I don't dislike. Hey, I like baked goods.
I'm not asking you that, to be honest.
I'm afraid.
I
of
do
baking,
genuinely think, on basically every respect, Wall of Lava is kind of just a strictly better Wall of Fire.
Sure. I'm not
It-
arguing against it. I'm just trying to explore the space with you.
It's really cool. It's
hot.
lava.
I mean, it's
Lava's really dope.
It's really hot. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yes. It's probably on every single one of our like values, except maybe just value, but even then, lava's really easy to make. It's just hot
Sure.
rocks.
this is true.
Yeah.
And fire at least requires a combustible material. Lava doesn't.
Well, sometimes that combustible material is mana.
I mean, yes, but let's just ignore that for now.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking that they're about the same on value, but they're better in every other respect. It has better support. It's better at defending. It's better. It's cooler, and it's at least strictly better than Wall of Fire. I think it has to go up above that at least. I think I'd put it above Wall of Denial. I would also put it above Wall of Kelp, but I know you two wouldn't.
Yeah, I would not. I like it better than fire.
I like it better than denial.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lava's
I
a good
would
way
as well.
to deny something.
Sure,
Yeah.
but also you can fly over
And
lava.
just like before, if you find a way to make it happen, Wall of Lava can beat Wall of Denial in a fight if you help it out.
Yeah, it's a lot of mana though. But also I could kill, like, to be honest, if it's a matter of us talking about killing Wall of Denial, I could kill Wall of Denial with a single typhoid rat.
Yeah. I'm just saying, though.
Oh,
like,
why is Wall of Denial so high? Shit.
What? All of
we could kill any single one of these with a typhoid rat. I
Not-
guess
Oh,
except
the
for
Wall of
Wall of
Kelp.
Wall
Well,
of Kelp
help
gives
is throw
the
the kelp in front of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got
okay.
you, bitch. Got you
You
good.
suddenly, with one line, you've convinced me of Kelp being the best so far.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm
I'm
fine
putting it
with
above Denial.
Yeah, I can live with that. I understand your point. I wouldn't necessarily agree,
Yep.
but I completely understand where you're coming from, and I am willing to accept
You
this
would agree-
placement.
You would agree at least putting it above Fire, though, is a strictly
Sure.
better Wall of
Yes,
Fire.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm with you.
All right.
All right. Wall of Light.
Look, you can see the wizard casting it.
Yes.
You can.
Bad support. Fine
It's
defense if you're trying to scare away demons, but also demons can fly over it.
God, the wizard casting it sucks. Like, look at he's got a wizard beard and everything. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think the aesthetic on this blows.
Why is it 8 colors?
You know, light.
That's not the
Yeah.
traditional number
red,
of colors.
orange, yellow, green, indigo 2, blue. Violet. I like that it's indigo and blue out of order.
Like, yeah, I think that they're going for is cyan, and it might just be because this is a blown out version. But at the same time, cyan is just kind of, it's what we used to call blue.
No. You see what happened was that they drew the 8 things for like size in black and white, and they went to start coloring, and they're just like, all right, you got my red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Fuck. Beans. I really blew this one.
Yeah.
Roy G. Beef.
Roy G.
I like that it just really simply just has protection from black.
Yep.
Yeah. It doesn't seem particularly. It's not the worst of the elemental ones, in my opinion.
It's like a laser pointer, and it just hits you in the eyes. Like, oh gosh.
Should have protection for cats.
It's. I like it more than Wall of Glare, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mainly,
about.
and here's my reason why. This is an actual wall that is being put out. It's kind of like more of a fence, but it's at least not just a line on the ground, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll keep shadows out.
That's true.
Yep. I like it better than glare, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I guess I'm wrong, and this is actually the worst elemental wall. Okay, it's fine.
Yo. We gotta talk about Wall of Limbs. It's nothing but limbs.
See, I think Wall of Limbs is a much, much smarter iteration on the Wall of Corpses concept. See, the problem with corpses is bodies just do not stick together well. But you know what? Limbs is just tubes.
It's just so.
Limbs carry a lot better on themselves.
You know what my favorite part of Wall of Limbs is?
What's that?
It's the legs.
Yeah. Yeah, it does have legs, doesn't it?
You just, you just go up there and it starts kicking you.
No, stop!
I love that it's a wall that is one made of dead limbs, nothing else.
Just the limbs.
2, when you gain life, you add more limbs to it.
Yeah,
which is something.
You're tearing off your limbs and putting them on there because you don't need because you molted.
Oh, because I grew more. Got it.
And yeah, you molted your old limbs and then you put them on the Wall of Limbs.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then after you've done this enough, you fucking get tired of it and you basically launch all the legs at your opponent's face and they die. You knock them off a cliff.
It is the world's strongest rocket punch and rocket kick.
Yeah, it's a potato gun for dead legs.
Yeah. All right.
Wall of Limbs is pretty fantastic. Wall of Limbs is okay. Of the walls that are made of body parts, Wall of Limbs is easily the best one.
I think it's better than bone.
It's above bone at least.
Yeah, honestly,
above distortion.
It's above distortion.
Yeah,
now we're getting the weird territory of I don't know. Like, is it better than fire? Like, you can gross people out. That's pretty good. But
Wall of Limbs has great support.
Well.
It does. It totally does with that many arms. It is great at keeping things up. And it can move.
It can move. This is true. I can't tell if this is just the way it looks where I'm looking at it right now. It is kind of interesting how the dark wizard that assembled this thing assembled the limbs in such a way that it makes it look like it is a thing made out of limbs. Like
it's just a mass. Yeah, it's just a mass of limbs.
But also it looks like it's made to look like it has a head made out of limbs.
I think that's just the angle we're seeing it from.
That might be true, but when I look at this,
got a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are those limbs just in the foreground or are they giant limbs? That's up to you.
They're in the foreground.
Yeah, it's foreground.
It's
a wall.
Could be giant limbs though too.
It could be, but no, they're in the foreground. I think this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Better than Wall of Fire is the question we're at.
Mm-hmm. I could go either way on that.
I say yes.
I'm thinking I could agree with you.
I think if we're talking about the flaming options, I think lava's today, as we've discussed, is the better encapsulation of that.
Yeah.
I think
limbs is easily the best encapsulation of bodies being turned into a wall.
Yep. And it also it's an offensive wall, and what's better than that?
I think it's better than Wall of Fire.
Yeah.
But is it better
Just
than Wall of
limbs
Denial?
being walls. What could be better than that?
But
Yeah.
is it better than Wall of Denial?
Well, Wall of Denial is made out of magic limbs, which is probably more useful but less aesthetic.
Yeah. But the thing is, Wall of Denial is unbelievably good at keeping things out.
It is unbelievably good at its job.
Yeah. Although it wouldn't stop Wall of Limbs when you get down to it.
Yeah, you just have your wall there, and I have my wall here, and I keep chugging magic potions. And then after I'm like all like roided out on magic potions, I'm just like, all right,
Then
potato
the Wall
gun.
of Limbs, the Wall of Limbs run up to the Wall of Denial and thumb wars all the little magic hands.
Yeah, and it wins every time.
Yep,
You know
thumb
what? I
war,
think
rock, paper, scissors just going on everywhere.
Oh man.
I'll put Wall of Limbs over Wall of Denial after thinking about it.
Same.
All right.
Wall of Denial is just arms. Wall of Limbs is arms and legs.
You got
Yeah.
me there. You're right. You're absolutely right. When you're right, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Mist.
It's missed.
Yeah.
It missed.
It's wet. It's a wet version of Wall of Air.
Yeah.
Just like how Wall of Dust is just a pointy version of Wall of Air. Wall of Mist is wet. Wall of Heat is hot. Wall of Air. Wall of Mist is cold. Wall of Air.
Yeah, mist is kind of in
Cold
the
air.
dust territory of being like obscuration is part of the thing. You get
Yeah.
lost in the mist.
But also, it's like that's all it kind of does, and it
But
doesn't
if
even
you-
do that as well.
If you're big enough, though, you can punch the mist to death and get out of it.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're big enough, you can look over the wall of mist and go, there's my house.
That is definitely what a grizzly bear using a sword does. Yes,
Yeah,
when
like,
it beats his wall of
Murders
mist.
Like if you look
Yep.
at the art on the M19 version of Wall of Mist, if you had
Yeah.
if you were a tall enough guy, or they got a ladder on top of that mast, you could probably look over that wall of mist.
You don't have no.
Does a ladder add +3 power?
It adds +3 air height.
No. No. Where are we
So
ranking
what
this? Let's go.
You're trying to imply that power is directly related to height.
Well, as we've established, toughness is directly equal to butt. So
Yeah. I'm putting Wall of Mist reasonably down low. I'm gonna put it. It's directly comparable to Dust, but I think it's worse at being Dust than Dust is.
can we talk about the fact that Faith has butt breathing?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about that, go for it.
No, sorry, I'm good.
I think it's better than Wall of Air.
I think it's better than Wall of Air because it's wet,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
cool. I put it
You
I
can't
put
see
it
through it.
below Wall. It's like exactly along the same line as Heat.
I like Heat better because Heat murders. Mist loot
And it
lot.
shimmers.
Yeah.
I think
Fair.
personally, for my own personal life, I prefer Mist to Heat, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I live in the
Next
desert.
up,
What do I know?
it's a big bag of mulch.
It is. That's all mulch.
Wall of mulch fucking rules.
Wall of mulch kicks ass.
You could shove other walls into your wall of mulch and then just like keep looking back and going,
Keep getting more ideas from destroying walls and
For
putting them
building-
into this wall.
For building other walls.
Yeah.
That's kind of counterintuitive for a wall, though.
What do you think? Mulch is like the corpse and limbs and blood of the forest,
Trees.
skeletons
It's
of the
true.
trees. It's
I
the
like
bone
that
of trees.
it's a weird reverse Wall of Blossoms.
Yeah.
Yes.
You use Wall of Blossoms and then you eat Wall of Blossoms and you get even double ideas.
Yep. Turn it into mulch. Yeah, I think
Big bag of mulch.
Look at
Wall-
the little tiny wizard down there.
it's like he's so proud of his wall of mulch.
Yep.
He's like,
I
I got
good.
mulch.
I did a good job.
Rutabagas
I'm
are
the
coming
wizard.
real good this year.
Yeah. I think wall mulch is great.
How great, though.
Out of the made of plant parts, the equivalent of Wall of Limbs, I think it is. It's like it's better than the other plant
Yeah.
walls.
Wall of Bramble.
Yeah, mulch is
Yeah, it's better
inherently
than that.
mulch is inherently hilarious. So
Mm. And that's very scientific.
that's very scientific. Nothing more scientific than that.
All right.
Mhm.
What about Wall of Diffusion?
Oh, absolutely better than wall of diffusion.
I'll put
Honestly-
it above Wall of Frost too.
All right, let's jump up Wall of Bone.
I like
Wall of Bone's got aesthetic.
true.
Wall of Bone does have aesthetic.
Mulch,
Mulch
is,
has aesthetic.
mulch is forest bone.
That only
That's
carries you so
okay.
far when you're comparing it to actual bone.
Here's the thing.
It's forest bone, but bone is bone.
Mulch is not forest bone, is my
Right.
opinion on that. Mulch is forest putrid flesh, as we'll see
Yes.
eventually.
Quit talking about putrid flesh. We got.
We're
not
getting
yet.
there.
I like mulch better than bone. I like mulch better than distortion.
I don't like
I
mulch better
don't
than
like it
distortion.
that much. I don't like it as much as bone.
I also don't like it as much as bone.
All right.
I'll put it above essence. I will put it below bone.
Yep.
All right. I ain't gonna argue this one that much. Nets.
I bet you were forgetting about the wall maker. Well, the wall maker's back, and I've got this very cost-effective wall of nets. Don't call it a fence. It's not a cloth fence. It's a wall of nets.
This is just a ship's rigging.
It kind of is.
Okay, so we all goof like, "Hey, wall of nets sounds really dumb." This is a really damn good wall, also.
Yeah.
Like it's really good, actually.
Things get snagged in that net, and they're just in those Pokeballs till you lose the balls.
Yeah, it's just stuck in the damn net. Everybody just like, "Hey, I'm stuck in the rigging. Carl, pull me down." I can't. I'm stuck too.
Carl
Oh
goes
shit.
to cut the ropes down and gets snagged and hooked in there.
Aw, beans. I'm
beans.
stuck in here too. I didn't think the ropes were gonna be alive and grab me in my ghoulies.
I feel like wall of nets is. I feel like this card is a disservice in being called wall of nets.
No, I think it's hilarious.
No, it's the checks.
I think this would have been better as wall of spiders.
No, because they can't block flyers.
All right, fine.
Ball
but
of
still.
spiders, you have the same issue as it can't block flyers.
Yeah.
So
I think this is an extremely good wall.
yeah,
Low support, high defense, extremely high defense. I think it's got a pretty good aesthetic. Like it's a weird one, but if you're looking for if you're like a pirate,
and I'm not.
and you are,
I'm not. I'm the opposite of one. Go ahead.
But if you were, I mean, you would get caught in this.
Right.
The rough opposite. Just the exact opposite.
I've got
of
a
pirate,
knife.
just
I'm
a
not
cop.
stupid.
You got a knife, but it's a 7-power knife.
Yes.
Reminder: 6 power is punch a fucking giant grizzly bear to death.
Yeah, and typhoid rats. My knife has typhoid.
Oh well.
Whoa! You keep that knife away from me.
Nope.
Ugh.
Knock knock. Here I am.
Wait a minute.
Open
Alright,
up
where
the
we
door.
going
It's
now?
real.
Wait.
The nonstop stab of
Wait.
the typhoid knife.
Actually, with how the rules work for this now,
Yeah.
wouldn't typhoid rats be like pulled into the underworld with wall of nets?
Yes.
End of combat. So before that would be after.
After it's destroyed.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Wall of night. Well, does it?
Should.
Like I thought.
Oh no, because if it's still, it only works if it's still on the battlefield. I'm reading it wrong. Sorry.
Yeah. At the end of combat
yeah,
too. Like
'cause
it would
there's
kill the
no-
wall of nets first. So rats still kill this.
Yes.
You know, rats
Because
kill
the
this,
nets-
but
But this isn't on the thing for at end of combat. It's not on the field at end of combat. Combat
Yeah.
damage step kills it.
I like it better than frost.
Better than frost, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think I like it more than diffusion. I'll put it above bramble is where I'm thinking.
I put it below frost.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's science.
The three-person
Omens.
system friggin' works.
Hello,
Omens.
wall of blossoms, but different.
No, it's different.
So it turns
It's
out
quite different.
All
omens
of
is
omens. Give me sight beyond sight.
so omens is just vision of hedrons, vision of bad stuff.
Yeah, it's not very good as a wall. Like you're not getting any support off of omens, and it's not really blocking anything either, technically, right?
I mean, you're
them
getting
away.
repelled by the fact that I don't want to deal with omens.
I guess.
You're getting repelled
This
by
is
the
a card-
card cursed.
Typhoid rats don't care.
Typhoid rats do not care at all. Also, birds, they don't care about omens.
Yeah, birds have never encountered anything ominous in their life.
It's true.
I mean, they're very auspicious. So.
Yeah, exactly. Checks out.
Ha
I get it. Below blossoms.
Yeah. Yeah, below blossoms.
Yeah,
Above corpses? Above corpses.
above corpses.
Above corpses.
Corpses in their own way, a type of omen.
Yeah. Ominous corpses.
Yep.
All right. Well, speaking of Legends Red cards being walls, here's Wall of Opposition.
We already did this one. It's up at number 4.
It's that one, but also no. No.
Wall of Opposition's not very good.
It's not. It's worse.
It's a 6 mana wall of fire. It's
5
not
mana.
very good.
It can be generic mana you put into it to can fire breathe.
I don't care.
Me neither.
It's 5 mana.
I think
Why
this
does
is
Red and Legends have so many walls?
I don't know.
this is bad. Is this worse than Wall of Earth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that
Wall
it?
of Opposition.
No, this is worse.
It's better than Caltrops.
It's better than Caltrops. It's better than Glare. It's better than
Okay.
Light.
It's worse than Air.
Yes. So
Alright.
it is the exact opposite position that Wall of Denial is.
Sure.
Yeah. Which it is the exact opposite of Wall of Denial in that it
Exactly.
sucks. Like, I guess it's a bad version of Wall of Denial. Really bad.
Yep.
In that in the flavor here.
Extremely true. Now, if we're talking about walls that don't care about typhoid rats, you can't get much better than pine needles.
It's true. Pine needles will just ruin you. Whoa.
Pine needles tear fucking gorillas apart, apparently.
Well, pine needles will destroy a bear just by thinking about it.
Yeah.
Your elephant tries walking into pine trees, dead. The pine tree just comes back.
Yeah.
Your Gargadon tries to walk its way through,
Don't care.
also dead.
Well,
Sure, pine needles get trampled. They come back, no problem.
also they smell fantastic.
I do.
They absolutely smell great. Yeah.
I do very much appreciate that the art specifically renditions this as having murdered a gorilla.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty dope.
Support low, aesthetic. I mean, if you're going for like this kind of like
Hold up. Support low. It killed a gorilla.
well, I'm not saying
It's low support.
that's high defense.
Listen, it's an Ice Age because it
think
killed that gorilla.
I think it matters how it killed that gorilla.
I'm just saying, it's an Ice Age because it killed that gorilla. It
Yep.
slayed an ape and ushering in an Ice Age.
Oh no.
Yes.
Look, I'm just saying more in the sense of pine needles. I'm not going to make my wall like I'm not going to put my house on a wall made out of pine needles.
Me neither.
That they typically slide down.
You can have other walls. You can have load-bearing walls.
Sure, but I'm just assuming that this is a wall of pine needles is actually just a pile of pine needles that occasionally just slides down and crushes people.
They're on the trees still, though.
Yeah, this is true.
It's a pile of pine branches. That
Look,
will
they
occasionally
couldn't call this wall of pine trees.
Why not?
Why
because
not?
No.
because that wouldn't be as hilarious.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is very funny. I do
Wall
think
of-
well,
Wall of pine cones.
Wall
Oh,
of Pine
man.
Needles might be one of the best in all of the cards here that actually is best at defense. It's invincible. It can destroy most things. It will downright murder a bear or an ape
Yeah.
or an elephant.
No birds though. Birds can fly over pine trees.
It's
Yeah,
a wall.
of course.
They do that.
Nope. Denial can block birds.
Yeah, but can't
Sure.
kill them.
You can say no to birds.
If
Just-
you give denial, oh wait, you can't give denial a knife. Damn, that's true.
It can spook the bird. That's about it. I can spook a bird.
You can't give denial a bird, but you can give like denial like conviction.
Anyway, Wall of Pine Needles. Getting past its inherent hilarity, I think, is pretty middle of the pack. It's like better. It's definitely better than Bramble.
That's not middle of the pack. That's the upper half.
It's still pretty middle of the pack.
I don't know.
I like it better than like Frost.
Yeah. I don't like it as much as mulch.
I like it better than essence.
I like it better than
Do
essence.
you like it as much as mulch?
I kind of like it more than mulch because pine needles smell better than mulch does.
That's
See, I think I
don't-
disagree with
There's
that.
a good
I like the smell of
earthy
mulch.
smell to mulch. I will give you. I'm not saying mulch smells bad, but I would rather smell the pine needles.
I think mulch is also more useful than pine needles.
It's
Not to a
true.
pine tree.
Well, I'm not a pine tree. Now am I?
I don't know that.
You don't know that. How could you? How could you?
It's still like gaslighting you to thinking you're a pine tree.
I am a pine tree. I'm not owned. I yell as I like turn into a pine tree.
All right. Well,
you finally got to wall of putrid flesh.
there it is. Hello, wall of putrid flesh. Well, it's wall of putrid flesh.
Yep, it's pretty gross.
From an aesthetic
It's
standpoint,
quite gross.
it's definitely a wall of putrid flesh.
Hey, look, you can see the wizard summoning it.
Where?
He's in the middle. You don't see his face?
Oh yeah, there he
Look
is.
behind, like dead center. You can. He's looking at you. He's giving you the friggin' horns.
Yeah. No, I see it now.
It's pretty
That's gross.
It's pretty grotesque. It's a pretty decent defense, to be honest. You know, if you're trying to scare away like tiny little soldiers, they're just gonna be like, oh hell no. And then if someone for some reason is attacking you with enchantments on their dudes, you don't care.
This doesn't care about enchantresses at all until they
Well,
fly over it like a bird.
yeah.
If the second they cloak themselves in birds, yeah, this doesn't do anything.
Yeah, like just if you wear a bunch of birds, wall of putrid flesh can't even see you.
It's true.
Well, how do we feel about it then?
It's pretty good. It's okay. It's
I think it's pretty good.
It's a wall of rotting flesh.
Yeah, as far as aesthetics goes, that's good. It's horrifying in a great way. Better than Diffusion.
Compared to Wall of Blood.
yeah, I'm gonna go with worse than Wall of Blood myself.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's probably better than Granite is where I'd put it.
Oh, really? I was way higher on this. Like, I was thinking like below Diffusion.
I like it better than Forgotten Pharaohs.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at.
That's a pretty wide range. Where's it gonna go? Because like I'm pretty low on it. Red's pretty middle.
I mean, you
range.
guys are pretty
high.
close to each other. You're right by each other. I'm the outlier.
Can you convince me that it's worse than Forgotten Pharaohs?
Well, I mean, like Wall of Putrid Flesh, Forgotten Pharaohs is gonna be like Wall of really dry and aesthetically pleasing flesh.
Yeah. Wall of Putrid Flesh is really gross, wet flesh.
Yeah, and I'm less up on the wet, Again, you'll never find a wet Bowser in any game. And Wall of Putrid Flesh is basically that.
Ugh. See, you said that, and I'm for this more now.
Okay.
Because
You got
wet
that
Bowser.
anti-revulsion.
Ugh.
Yeah, I
Alright,
think this is better than Forgotten Pharaohs.
Okay, we'll put it there. Go for it.
I will. Thank you.
Brad, I'm gonna have to ask you to draw a wet Bowser sometime.
No. Ugh.
Wall of Razors. Now, this is a very unconventional take on a wall. I think this is, kind of interesting that this is a pretty good take on, hey, this is basically a 1-4, but better?
It's
But
a bunch
also
of
worse.
pillars.
It's a bunch of pillows, but I like to think like the arms and blades there are all swinging around and shit.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's just like it's not really much. It does have good support still as pillars. So
Yeah,
it's not actually that much of a downside.
I mean, you're not getting through between those razors.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Straight
literally...
Yeah,
No.
you could
No.
just kind of
It's a
Crawl
4-1 with
down.
first strike. Like,
Look
it's...
what it's doing to that guy's spear.
yeah, but look at how high up those blades are.
That's because they're
Yeah,
moving
and-
up and down.
Yeah.
Like,
All the ones over there are pretty much on the same level.
No.
dude, it's a 4-1 with first strike. Are you getting through that? No, you could fly over it, but that's about it. And The flavor text specifically says
I
that
can
this
throw a
is
boomerang at it and destroy it.
this is specifically a supporting wall of the stronghold. Like this, from a support standpoint, this is real high.
Yeah, but also like it's super fragile.
Sure.
Like I said, I could throw a boomerang at it, and I could
Yeah.
take the entire stronghold down.
Yeah, but
True.
who else got a boomerang?
That's true, but it's
This guy's
like,
got a spear. Look what that's doing to it.
see, that's also
If
not
you'd
even
thrown
accurate
the
because Lance would
spear-
give him first strike, and they would kill each other easy.
Yeah, probably.
Because like it doesn't matter. I don't
It might
like how
just be a
fragile this is.
stick.
In which case,
Yeah,
one.
I like that because I'd like to think the machinery inside, all the mechanisms, yeah, you could just mess them up. But if you can't do that, it's going to cut you to ribbons.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just feel like this is very easily circumvented to the experienced siege breaker.
Sure, but if you're throwing, just like I'm Carl Bear Weaver, I summon bears. Ah,
Yeah.
crap! I'm screwed by this wall.
I'm going to send 2 bears in. It's going to eat one, and the bear's going to get through.
No, it would eat
Or
both
I'm
bears.
gonna
No,
send-
it would eat both. You need
Yeah.
3 bears. You need
You need
3
three
bears,
bears.
to do it.
Yeah,
Nah. It can only block one. It can't block multiple things.
that's true.
But yeah, in that case, yeah.
But then you would. But
And then I got a bear on the inside. It's great.
This is true. I've got bears on the inside.
Carl Bearweaver would be pretty good at circumventing any number of these walls, though, just because enough bears can circumvent pretty much any wall.
Other than
Not Wall of
kelp.
Glare.
Not kelp.
Well, see, that's true of Wall of Kelp more than Wall of Glare, because Wall of Glare can only handle 3 bears, and then it gets destroyed.
Yeah.
3 bears is enough to blind it.
3 bears will kill him. No. Where do we put Wall of Razors?
This is another one I'm pretty middling on. I don't think it's bad, but I kind of just am inherently opposed to the structure of this as a wall.
Sure.
I think from a structural standpoint, this wall is good, though.
I just don't. It
I
can't take punishment.
I like the flavor of that, though. The mechanisms.
Yeah.
Yeah, let your heroes get through somehow. Make 2 challenges for the kids to get through. Mega Man's going to die.
It's true. You want to have like the notion that they can get through the thing. Like you want them to, they want to get them to the Shrine of the Silver Monkey. You just don't want to get them much further than that.
Why don't we just make no vanishing blocks? It's too hard for the kids.
No, they're just gonna bring them back. Okay, better or worse than Forgotten Pharaohs?
I'd say better, but like I'd put it above Junk, and that's about it for me.
I'm actually saying
Okay. That's about where I was at. I was gonna say probably below Putrid Flesh, but I'm not that broken up about it.
Okay, well, Wall of Resistance.
didn't we already do this one twice?
Yeah, and this one puts weird counters on itself.
Oh,
does.
+0, +1. Oh,
Weird
gross.
counters.
Yeah, they're gross.
Like it's from a defense standpoint, it's neat that it's a growing defense. Is that the more, but also you just won't attack it if you can't get through it.
For what it's worth,
Stops
this
eagles.
can block birds.
Yep, that is true. This does block birds, and then it gets, but it doesn't get better at blocking birds.
It sort of does. It gets a little better at blocking birds.
It doesn't deal with. I mean, yeah, but it just means like you're not going to attack this with birds, which I guess maybe that's the best defense you can get.
Yeah. Dissuades attacks entirely. More like Wall of Dissuasion than Resistance.
Well,
Well-
what do you think about it?
I don't think that highly of it, but it's better than Wall of Opposition. For certain.
Now, is it? Yeah, I mean, yes, it's absolutely better than opposition.
I think
but
it's better than Wall of Hope.
I agree.
Yeah,
think-
okay.
I honestly think this is probably better than Putrid Flesh.
I
I
don't.
wouldn't go that
I
far.
would put it below Forgotten Pharaohs.
It's one of the few walls we have
I
that
keep it
stops
below Granite.
birds. Stops birds.
I would also probably put it below Granite. It
All right.
stops birds, and that's cool, but like there are far better walls that do also stop birds.
Yeah, such as not anything above it except for like denial.
Just denial. Yeah. See, that's at least one that is better at stopping birds.
All right. Well,
All right, Wall of Resurgence.
I mean, it does summon a elemental to punch Eldrazi.
Chunk of Zendikar, yeah. That's pretty cool. It's really
It is.
specific, though.
It is pretty specific. Like, but it is a wall that you have your wall, and then it also creates a heavy to keep dudes away.
Where's the wall? I'm actually
It's-
curious on this art. I don't actually see a wall.
I'm pretty sure
Look
the
at
wall.
ground. That might be basalt.
No, I'm
No, that wall is the bismuth from
Yeah,
Kozla.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the wall is the cliff. Like they're going for a more metaphorical wall here. That the wall is the
Yeah.
cliff, and then the rock's like pulling itself from the bottom of the cliff to become a rock dude. That's
Yeah, I'll
the
take that.
elemental
I guess, yeah.
because they're getting high on Hedron.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Rock-
this is an extremely high amount of power and toughness for its cost.
Yeah, this is like 3 mana for like a 3/9 worth of power. That's
Kind of nuts, honestly.
on 2
This is a-
dudes. Like,
this
yeah,
is okay. All right, I'm gonna throw this out here. Fantastic support off of this.
yes.
First off, you're creating a cliff. Second off, you're creating an elemental dude who can help you like build your castle.
His name
Sure.
is Richie.
Yeah, you can have Richie show up, and like Richie will be your best bud for a while, and like Richie is very on time. Got that haste.
Oh, yeah. Richie can still tap for mana.
Yeah, no, and
Mhm.
like Richie can tap for mana. Richie will help you move. Richie will be there for you as your best man.
We'll buy a pizza.
Richie will buy you. Richie will be like your best bud, and that's
Hey.
wonderful for both physical and emotional support.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Pretty decent aesthetic,
Oh.
I'd say.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like
Where
a
we go
cliff.
with this
It's rustic. I like it better than
Frost? Better than Frost.
Yeah, I'd say better than Essence.
Yeah,
I
that
see.
too. Fair.
Worse than Pine Needles.
I'd be fine with worse than pine needles.
Yeah.
Richie
yeah, I'm
gets
with ya.
Richie gets
weird-
destroyed by pine needles.
That's a really weird sentence.
Yeah,
I
I
like
bet.
it. I like you worse than pine needles.
I'm sorry, Richie.
I broke up with
No,
a girl once.
it's not Richie you're mad at. It's the wall. Richie's not
That's
the wall.
true.
I broke up with a girl once using that phrase.
I like you less than pine needles.
All right. Wall of
Heads.
Reverence.
Now here's a wall that can fight birds.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
wall fights birds. It gains you life.
It's basically a haunted hammock that's up in the tree.
Yeah.
It can block birds because it's a hammock up in a tree.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then at the end of your turn, you take a nap in it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile,
It's a pretty good wall.
your spectral granddad gives you a kiss on your forehead while you take a nap.
Aw.
Aw.
I love you, Ghost Peepaw.
Oh man, elf ghost peepums. Thanks.
Oh man, I just made myself like Wall of Reverence an awful lot, and I really liked
It's
it a
real
lot.
good. Wall of Reverence is fun.
Yeah, wall of reverence is okay. See,
You can do dumb
I-
stuff with Wall of Reverence.
I have.
I
done
like
dumb
Wall
stuff
of
with
Reverence. A pretty good amount. I would put him just like even without thinking about it any further. I'm putting him above the essence at least.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll put even higher.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like that's immediately come to mind is directly comparing it to essence, and I like it way more than essence.
So-
It could easily go higher than that.
Here's my. Is it better than Wall of Denial?
Hmm. It can actually hurt the birds that it blocks.
Yep.
It gains you life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Peepums.
Peepums is he's a good
I like that
grandfather.
people
you
turned
really
into a
like.
wall after he died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I mean, support wise, it is a hammock. You like literally are living inside these hammocks.
Oh, I love hammocks. Hammocks are so fun.
Hammocks are very good. I don't have enough hammocks in my life. Yeah, I think it's better than Denial. Yeah, I think you got me actually. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it better than Wall of Limbs?
That's a good question, honestly.
I think personally, I think so. This does a lot.
What if Wall of
People-
Limbs has your Meemaw's limbs in it? Then
Oh
what?
no. I will say, just kind of an aside, unrelated. Wall of Reverence plus Wall of Limbs.
That's a combo right there.
Yep.
You gain
You can
6
even
life.
point it-
You put the
Your
things.
Meemaw and your Peepaw.
Yeah.
Really messed up.
I could be your Memems. I can be your Peepums.
Like, just like between the two of them, you can have the Wall of Limbs make your Meemaw's, peach cobbler recipe. And then you go take a nap in the hammock afterwards. And, like, that's just a wonderful day.
Yeah, but it is just your Memems' legs and arms.
Yeah, that's fine. That could still make some cobbler.
Yeah, give you a hug still.
Yeah.
I think this is,
I don't like it more than Wall of Lava, though.
Same.
yeah, I could see that. Oop. I would probably put it above, but I'm not that.
All right. Wall of Roots.
The roots. Here they are.
Wall of
Yep.
Roots is extremely good.
Hella supportive.
Yes.
Very extremely supportive. A lot of
Kind of
value.
makes itself worse as a wall every single time you do that, though.
Look, have you ever read The Giving Tree?
Yep.
I have.
Right there. Giving Tree's a hell of
Okay.
a wall.
It gives and gives until it's got nothing left. Huh?
Yep. But you've got an elephant and an elf and a centaur. It's great.
That Nessian Corsair over there is extremely having a good time with this, having had this Wall of Roots out.
Yep.
I spent that extra mana on Nessian Corsair,
Yep.
the 3 mana card.
That's the thing you did.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I like Wall of Roots
thanks,
quite
Wall
a
of
bit,
Roots.
but
All of Roots.
I like
I
it
don't-
better. I like it better than Resurgence.
I like it better than Mulch.
I like Mulch a lot.
I like Mulch a lot.
I mean, Wall of Roots will eventually become Mulch.
it's true.
But then I
And
would,
you know what?
Yeah.
You can sack Wall of Roots to Mulch if you wanted to after getting
Yep.
a lot of use out of that mana.
Yep.
It's true.
Wouldn't be bad.
I want to be going on the record to say anybody out there who's like somehow watching this video as part of like my CV or something. I want to be on the record that I prefer pine needles in general to Mulch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me as saying otherwise.
It's kind of hard. Like, Wall of Roots is weirdly hard to place.
I think it's
No, I placed it very easily. It's better than Wall of Mulch.
yeah. Honestly, I think you're probably about right. Actually,
All right. I mean, I feel
I don't know
like
what
I
you're talking
disagree,
about.
but
It's easy.
I feel like I disagree, but also I don't know exactly where I put it otherwise. So, all right, I'll
Roots-
take it.
roots are tree bones.
Roots are tree
You
feet.
can't keep saying that. It's not true.
I will keep saying that until we run out of walls that I can say that for. Wall of Shadows?
Wall of Shadows. You want to know weird trivia about Wall of Shadows?
Yes.
Sure.
Chronicles print has an error on it. It has the antiquity symbol. Should have the legend symbol.
Interesting.
Okay. Well,
Yep. Wall of Shadows is kind of it's the ultimate smoke bomb type thing, you know?
Yeah. It's hard to kill it with damage, and it's immune to destroy target wall
things that
effects.
only target walls.
It's
yeah.
immune to tunnel. It's immune to word of blasting. It's immune to glyph of delusion.
It is not immune to things that specifically call out defenders.
Yep.
Nope.
So there's a
Also,
bunch-
you could just shock it.
Yeah. You could just shock it.
Yep.
Yep.
It's not a very good wall, is it?
No,
It's a fine wall.
It's fine, but also it's bad.
It's not as bad as some of these other walls, but it's not very good. It's super fragile. There's no support. I think we're together on like shadow things aren't that interesting either, usually.
I don't know. Shadow's pretty cool.
Shadow, if it was Wall of Shadows as in a massive shadow Theodulphus hedgehogs, then yes, I'd agree with you. But
Sure, yes. Stupid. I hate that. It's real stupid.
good.
I like Shadow less than Earth.
Agreed, honestly.
You put it that high, really?
Well, I would say that was the bottom. I was just starting. I like it
It's,
less than
it's
Earth.
worse than there. Yeah.
How does it compare to Wall of Light? Let's be honest here.
Worse.
It's better than Wall of Light.
Really?
Is it better than Wall of Opposition, though?
I think it's better than Wall of Opposition as well.
I
but I think that's
disagree
about where it
on both
stays.
those. I think it's worse than Light. Like, purely technically, Light is better at its job.
I like it more than Light.
How do you feel about Opposition?
Opposition's the bad red one, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's a fine red one, but yes.
It's better than that bad red one.
Yeah, see, I agree with you. I put it directly below Air. That's where I'd put Wall
Yeah,
of Shadows.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. How about is the Wallmaker coming back again for the 4th time? Wall of Shards.
So
This is
Wall,
Entirely out of glass.
so Wall of Shards is a pretty effective defense. On the other hand, it's got a weird downside that is actually an upside if you're a fucked up nasty wizard like
If you
certain
are
people.
extremely fucked up and from hell, just a strange,
Say-
nasty
say
boy.
you've got like one of the many effects that basically goes, haha, gain life? No, Tom. No, Paul. Lose life. Yes.
Mhm.
Bye, Paul. Bye, Tom.
Oh, no.
Paul and
Oh.
Tom are gone. They gained too much
They
life
drank
and died.
Glass shards. What happened?
Yeah, it turns out glass shards don't always gain you life. They were too busy trying to lick the dew off these glass shards, and then they didn't realize that.
Told them it'd make them live forever.
Yeah,
Can you believe those idiots? Those buffoons?
Those
I
imbeciles.
I poisoned the dew.
They wake up drinking the poison dew off a glass.
They thought they'd be getting their beautiful morning dew.
And
Turns out
yeah,
it was gamer fuel.
Tainted gamer fuel.
All right, where does this thing go?
I think this actually goes. It's so weird.
It's a bunch of floating shards.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, defense-wise, it's actually pretty decent. Like, value-wise, it's pretty weird.
Why does it give your opponent life?
They're drinking the dew off the glass each turn.
and there's like a lot more every turn too. It's so much.
Yeah.
Because all so fucking dumb. All right,
Like, it's
Well-
a very, very strange wall.
It's a strange wall, but in a good
it's a
way.
cold snap card.
It's like junk.
Yeah.
It's like junk
It's
in the
like-
sense that it's weird, and I like it.
I think it's kind of directly comparable to that chunk because junk and razors are both next to each other and they're also both weird walls. I think we could just jumble this in with that weird wall set up, and I just don't know exactly where it would go.
I like it better than like.
I like it better than
razors.
razors.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. You have any issues with that?
No, that checks out.
Okay. Well, this one's weird. This one's really weird.
Yeah.
Wall of
sorry.
Shields.
Ugh, sorry, I just saw the word banding and wanted to fucking die.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's a wall of shields. I mean, I don't know what you want out of it.
Like, but that's the thing. It's just a bunch of shields. This is a bunch of dudes holding them. These different shields.
No, these are the guys trying to get through them.
Are they?
They're floating shields. Yes.
Hmm.
Like, look at the green guy in the back.
But they don't float that
I know
much.
he seems to look pretty easy and pretty in control. Honestly.
No, he's not. That shield hit him for 0 damage.
Is that an Urnham Djinn?
Man, it is Ice Age. That is some sort of orc.
All right.
A lot of shirtless dudes in the Ice Age.
It says it's the pokey bits that hurt the most, but it has 0 power.
Yeah, there's like barely any pokey
I
bits
mean,
on these.
this
presumably the guy that it's banding with.
This thing sucks. I don't even like thinking about the word banding.
I think this thing.
Go look at the word banding then.
No.
Just look at counts as a wall.
It kind of sucks at that too.
It's a 0-4.
Yeah, for 3.
Yeah, with banding.
Good. Ugh. Ugh. Gross.
Okay, let's look at the concept where it's just a bunch of floating shields.
See, I'm kind of okay with that, but as far as bunch of floating shields go, it's kind of a bad implementation of a bunch of floating shields.
It's also Ice Age. But
It is also Ice Age, and you know what? I'm willing to let the sins of Ice Age color my opinions of cards in Ice Age.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Shit. What am I talking about?
I like this better than Caltrops, and that's it.
I like it better than Glare.
Hold on, I gotta scroll down and see the.
You have to remember what's down there, and it's like, oh yeah, Glare.
I like it better than Opposition.
Really? Oh, no.
I'm thinking about the ruler swords from Castlevania and how they got those shields to block your axes when you huck them.
Yeah,
That's
but
the thing, though. But there's like better versions of that coming
There
up.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there totally is.
I'm specifically thinking of the shield part.
I guess, but
Yeah, I just see this and I just think about banding and want to jump off a cliff.
just
Sure.
want to die. I don't like it.
As somebody who
like
understands how banding works. Yeah, I get you.
As someone who understands how banding works, also known as a pervert.
Hey! I didn't say I used banding.
a person with knowledge of perverts.
Yeah.
I mean, same.
Honestly, I still say better than Caltrops. That's where I'm at.
Like I said, I say better than Glare, and that's it. And Red puts it above
Then I
that.
guess we're
So,
better than Glare.
yeah, because that's law of average.
I feel like we're doing Glare or something dirty.
I don't think so.
Like,
I
give
think
it
Glare is
banding
where
or
it
something.
deserves.
Glare's dumb.
Y'all remember Wall of Essence? Here's its sister. It's Wall of Souls.
Nasty sister. It's pretty. I think this is basically just at the same level as Essence.
Yeah.
Straight up, huh?
Yep.
I'm willing to disagree with that. I like it a little bit more than Essence, if I'm being real.
I mean, yes, absolutely. It's a Wall of Souls.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at all those souls.
Though, as you think about it, there's actually more goofy stuff you can do with Essence than you can do with Souls.
Yes, but despite that, I think this is basically roughly on the same level for
This
like
is
as a wall.
This is the thing a wizard would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it better than Wall of Resurgence.
Oh god.
It's a Wall of Souls.
Yeah.
I could be convinced.
A
Yeah,
Wall
that
of
sounds, yeah.
Souls, eternally told.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree, but not Pine Needles. Pine Needles are better than
No,
Souls.
yeah, I'm
Soul
not going-
still burns.
I'm not
'cause I
going
keep
that far.
on shocking it.
Pine Needles are the souls of the woods.
That's not true at all, but I'll let you have it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast shock on Wall of Souls.
Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me have this.
Check it out. If I hit this wall, it makes a weird noise. Oh.
Oh. Why does everyone keep stabbing me in the back? All right, let's move on.
Well, the stabs the people in the back with these wall of spears.
Yeah, because
I
it's
mean-
easy and it does a lot of damage.
Wall
You know, like
Spears
this too.
is actually pretty okay because it's just a bunch of
Yeah.
spears that you run into and then you get turned
Yep.
into a skeleton.
Yep.
Also, this is some of the better 7th edition art.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the 5th edition art, it's just a bunch of spears stacked up. They're not even pointing outwards.
Look,
It's
then
a wall of sticks.
but also
No,
the,
hold on though.
the Antiquities art is
That Antiquities art is extremely good.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
got
mean, we
caught
can't
here.
talk about the Antiquities art and then go to the 5th edition art. Come on.
I'm gonna throw this out here on the Antiquities art. There's actually a Swiss halberd in there. That's not a spear.
That got in there. Don't worry about it.
Oh, is
Hell-
that okay? Hold on.
The
Are
Swiss guy
those actually
threw that as he got stuck by the spears.
okay?
Aren't halberds just the child?
No.
of an-
Don't say that. He'll start
Don't you
talking. We'll
dare.
have to deal with that for 20 minutes.
Aren't they though? Just
No.
No.
they're like an axe and a spear had a baby.
You
Anyways,
shut up. You shut up.
I'm getting mad. Wall of Spheres is actually pretty cool though. Like,
Wall of Spheres is good.
It's fine,
Yeah.
yeah. Like it's cheap but it's actually relatively effective. Like if we're talking about rat proof defenses,
This is super rat proof.
this is very rat proof.
This is double rat proof. This could handle 2 rats at once.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
That
Right.
being said,
Yeah. Better than blood?
yes.
Better than Brambles.
Better than
Yes.
Brambles.
Better than Diffusion.
Yeah, sure. Better than Nets?
No.
Nets is
better.
where I hit. Actually, Nets is really dumb and cool.
Nets is
Alright.
extremely dumb.
Like, Spears is very functional.
Mm-hmm.
Nets are very dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, so better than Diffusion?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a weird half conversation we just had over this item.
That's true.
We're just-
Okay, so here's the thing. I know I was throwing shade at Wall of Earth and Wall of Granite as being dirt and rock wall. Here is literally no questions asked. All of the art agrees here. This is just a wall of stones. This is just a normal ass brick and mortar wall.
Except if it's a natural stone wall. But yes.
Okay, look.
The 5th edition art, that's a natural ass stone wall.
Yep.
Yes, sort of, but like, it seems cultivated. It's got a path.
I mean, yes,
on
a
top of it.
wizard did. Of course it's cultivated.
But like Wall of Stone in the other 2 arts, that's just a normal, like, built by normal ass masonry wall.
I'm
Right
going to say
there.
straight off, this has to be better than Wall of Granite.
Yep.
Oh yeah, agreed. Yeah.
From a
So-
support standpoint, this is pretty much the pinnacle of support.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a Wall of Stone.
It's a Wall of Stone.
Lots of things in history have been made out of walls of stone.
It's
Turns
true.
out.
Yeah, agreed.
I think this wall of stone's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Wall of Stone's real good. It's a wall of stone.
Pretty good.
Got to be above Granite easily. I think it's got to be above Junk in my opinion, and like it's got to probably go higher than that.
Keep going.
All
Better
right,
than Spears.
I'm gonna say above Blood, above Spears, above Essence.
Yes.
That feels right. Yeah.
Above
Above
Souls.
Surge.
Resurgence, above Souls, above Pine Needles,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
above Mulch,
Above Mulch.
above Roots.
Yes. Yes.
Above bone?
I think
don't
it's above
so.
Bone. I think it's above Bone.
I think that's
Yeah.
where I'm starting to go. I don't think so.
No, I think that's it. I think it's below bone.
I think it's above Bone.
Even if it did go below Bone, and like I guess I can be convinced it's definitely below Distortion.
Yes.
Distortion is basically just Wall of Stone, but also has nightmares.
But it doesn't have 8 toughness.
Yeah, but like that's fine.
Like, so we're clear, the reason this just kind of shot up there and all the other shit didn't is it's a wall of stone.
Yeah, it's just made
Yeah.
of stone.
It's
just a
a
rock.
wall of stone. That's it. It's the perfect. It's 0-8.
From
Doesn't have to do anything special.
from a pure flavor, aesthetic value,
It nailed it.
it does what it aimed for. It represents what it should be. If you want a wall that is a pure expression of, yep, that's a wall of stone.
Yep.
I guess.
All right.
I think it's better. I think it's above better than bone. Actually, think about it. It's the platonic ideal.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Okay,
stone.
but I think still distinctly worse than Distortion.
Distortion does make you see a Frankenstein and get scared and drop your wallet.
You're gonna fall off the wall. It's gonna really hurt.
No, my wallet.
You might break your leg.
No.
Oh, my ass wallet.
Fractured ass.
Well, he's back.
That number 8 on the swords list. Here he is. Wall of Swords.
Yep.
Pretty
And all-
good swords.
And
I
all
really
its
like
pretty
Wall
good
of
wall.
Swords.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to talk about Wall of Swords again.
I think we've kind of sold the whole deal with Wall of Swords. We know where we're at. From a wall standpoint, not great support, but from a defense standpoint, hey, hard to be better than this. Fucks up birds, hella good.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a flying wall that destroys birds.
How high do we want to go with this? Because I think it's probably going to be pretty high.
I think it's
Yeah, I
better than
agree.
I think it's better than Wall of Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, I'll put it above Wall of Denial. It's swords.
But Denial,
I think I'd agree.
Denial stops so much dumb crap.
Wall
Denial
of Swords also stops so much dumb crap and then murders them.
Yeah, but Denial
Yeah.
stops
And
like
it's made of swords.
Denial stops like Denial is one cheaper, and two, Denial stops like dragons, demons, dragon
Yeah.
demons.
Yeah, there is. Malfagor does exist.
Yeah.
It stops him.
Mm-hmm.
Wall of Swords stops angels.
It's true.
Kills the
Depe-
weaker ones.
Yeah, but also doesn't stop like the real deal angels, like 5/5 angels.
I mean, if there's a 5/5 angel, then I'm dealing with it anyway.
I think you're convincing me as below Denial.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
All right.
Still very good though.
I mean,
Above
if
fire.
I could be convinced if you want it.
No, that checks out.
All
Because
right.
when you do get down to it, Denial is keeping things out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think Wall of Swords is a very good deterrent.
Yeah, like Denial is the sword of the mouth.
No, that's not how that works.
Wall of Tangle Cord.
Do you guys know what Tangle Cord is?
No.
It's basically Wall of Roots, but for those weird metal tangle trees in Mirrodin.
Okay.
Okay. It's a 2-mana 0/6,
Yep, with Reach.
and then you can give it reach.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. It's an artifact, which is both good and also bad.
It's not better than Wall of Roots, so
No, it's not.
No. I mean, it's fine.
it's fine. Yes, it's absolutely fine. I've
Can
played
grab
Wall of
birds out of the wall and throw them a little bit. Not so much that it hurts them, but it does get them out of the way.
Yeah. I like it less than Wall of Junk.
I like it less than Forgotten Pharaohs.
Yeah, you're right. I
Agreed,
like
yeah.
the flesh more. Yeah. I like it less than Granite.
I like it. I like it less. I like it. I like it less than Hope. I think personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like it better than Faith, though.
Yeah.
Hope and Faith don't get to be together anymore, huh?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, checks out.
Tangle Cord.
There's a wall between them. That makes it even better than Hope and Faith, ironically. Oh no! Paradox!
Yep. Can you say?
The three things you're looking for, the three virtues: hope, faith, and tangle cord.
Yep. And dirt.
Here it is.
Wall of Tears.
That's a lot of tears.
That's a lot of tears. That, from a value standpoint, that's
Really
pretty
good. Yeah.
Well, also pretty bad. You gotta like cry a real good one up to get this wall out.
Well, you see
This
this
was a-
car?
This was
I
a
got it
weird
by crying.
cycle. Like only people I remember one card from this cycle.
And it blossoms, right?
Yeah, it's all blossoms.
But you see, like, here's the thing. You see this car? Got it by crying. See my
Aw.
house? Crying. This wall? Crying.
So this is an interesting thing that it's actually can be a wall that's a downside because you make them cry and go home, but then they come back and then it's like, hey, every time I show up, I bring more eagles.
Oh no.
It's like my rock gets married every time he shows up here.
But it can't block your rock. It can't block flying.
Oh, don't worry, my rock forgot how to fly.
All right.
Oh no,
well,
what happens?
did it get hurt? Is its wings okay?
That's why he's crying.
It's cool. It's a jumping wall of tears.
Oh no. Yeah, it's a good job, idiot. You jumped your wall of tears, dumbass. Now I get more eagles. Maroon. Yeah,
It's got aesthetic. You gotta give it that.
It's got aesthetic. You're not wrong. It's got a hell of aesthetic. It's got a lot of emotional like defense. Like it's a defense in like less physical and more just rude.
Yeah.
It's the inverse of the peepaw hammock, kind of.
Yeah.
Shows you all of your images of your peepaw in his like deathbed. It's like, no, I'm going home.
Not very good support out of a Wall of Tears, I think.
No.
Not a lot of good. Aesthetic's okay. Defense is pretty good because it just makes everyone go run off crying.
Yeah.
Value, it's really easy to cry, gonna be honest. I could cry right now, no problem. Could do it on demand. Trust me. I'm real good at crying if I want to.
But could you make a wall of tears? Like that much tears? That's a lot of crying, my dude.
That's why you have people to cry for you.
You're gonna have to like pound so many like Mountain Dews in between cries in order to keep that up.
I need a lot of like salt too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to like get you like a salt lick, and then you're gonna be crying over that just for like, what am I doing in my life? I'm drinking Mountain Dews and licking salt licks and crying.
It would take a few months.
Yeah.
For like
but then you
a
can
cup.
just recycle the tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a high initial investment. You're gonna need some help, but you can do it.
I like this less than Deceit.
Yeah, no, agreed.
I like this less than Deceit.
I also like it less than Deceit.
That's actually.
I like it less than Granite.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm pretty low.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
But I like it.
More than
Resistance. I like it more than Resistance.
Okay, so right below Granite.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right,
I'm fine with
that. See that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your fears. Now this is as far as goofy walls go. This guy, huh? Yeah. All right. Wall of Tombstones.
This is the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. Everyone was smashing this graveyard because it's super fragile, actually.
The tombstones are floating like the shields were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of worse at being a like defender too. Like it's bad at that.
But it gets
it's
better.
extremely easy to break.
I hate that this card doesn't like constantly shift its toughness. It only changes on the upkeeps.
Mm-hmm.
And that annoys me. I don't know why.
It's weird, but also it is kind of cool that this does explicitly get better. Like, well, buried peepums. Hey, my new tombstones.
The tombstone wandered away. No, come back.
Yeah, but when I dig up peepums, it gets worse.
This is true. Don't do that.
Why are there so many cards and legends that are walls?
My eyes just did a thing.
I mean, it was a D&D campaign. What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
D&D campaign's big on walls.
It's true.
I got a question real quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the Return to Ravnica symbol on that bottom left tombstone in the back?
Like the one that's obscured by shadow?
Yeah, do you see it?
I only see like a rhombus with an insert cut out of it.
Maybe, but also no.
Like it's not, but also is that
maybe.
That symbol?
Maybe no.
Oh,
yeah.
Follow the money.
Damn it! Quit asking questions that I'm gonna have to figure out how to somehow to visually represent.
Yeah.
Monster.
I'm not into Wall of Tombstones outside of it being goofy.
Oh, really?
I think it's pretty like youth support low, defense value. It's pretty decent value.
I think a better use of tombstones is to build a stairwell out of them. So
yeah,
true, but also, I mean, yeah, if you want to be like climbing on your enemies' graves.
I mean, or just want to use a tombstone stairwell.
A
card from fucking Fit Mirage that I'm the only person that remembers.
Okay, good job. You did it. You remember that.
Yeah, I did it.
I'm putting it below corpses myself.
Better than Earth, though?
I don't think so.
I think it's better than... No, he's right.
I'll put it below. I'll put it above Ice. It's above Ice.
I'd put it above Earth.
Put it above Earth?
It's floating tombstones.
It is, yeah.
It's very goofy. I like that, but like, I think its aesthetic is all it's got going for it, and it's not even like that high.
I don't know.
Reasonably
Alright.
low on value. Tombstones are usually made of granite. Granite's expensive.
Yeah, but you're like
You
stealing.
can make an
it from
entire
them.
wall of granite, but
You're killing. Yeah, I guess it's based off of your graveyard too, so it's not even your enemies.
mhm.
It's your. It is specifically your own graves. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can see Below Earth.
Okay. Well, Wall of Torches.
Fuck this.
I don't like this one.
Fuck this. This just
Yeah.
sucks.
This is not cool. It's dumb. Why is that thing in the center just floating?
So the torches are there and blocking people from going
This
through.
sucks.
It's explicitly wizards, I guess, but like, man, this isn't even a wall.
It's the entrance to a boss arena.
Yeah,
Sucks.
exactly.
This is bad. This is
You
like
shoot at this with your ice beam and then you can get through it, no problem.
this is like above Caltrops.
Yeah. I think
That's
that's exactly
That's
where I
about
put
it.
Just
Yeah,
above
that's honestly.
Caltrops.
It's just floating torches. Like.
But it does usually kill whatever it blocks.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sure, but also it gets destroyed immediately, and
That- of
also
course, it's
I could
made of
destroy it with a
torches.
boomerang.
Also, if you put this in front of, oh god, what is that card called? The Goblin with the Stick. From
Do you know how many goblins with sticks there are?
the one from Guilds of Ravnica, Goblin with Stick.
Do you know how many goblins are in Guild of Ravnica with a stick? It's what, Wily Goblin or something?
Yeah, no, Ornery Goblin.
That's it.
He's got a speaking stick. He rocks into this wall and he just hits it with a stick and just like whoosh, all the torches go out. Dead.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's got a stick. Not
Yeah.
everything has a stick. So let's
Awesome.
put this above Caltrops and move on.
Yes, agreed.
Armored Explorer has a stick.
This
It's
does
good
kill
stick.
Armored Explorer, though.
Oh no.
We can't. That's not what we're rating.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Wall of Vapor.
Hey, look, you can
You
see
can
the
see him
wizard coming
in the art. There he is.
This does block
Sick
pretty.
clouds, dude.
This does block pretty good.
It blocks pretty much anything.
It's
Except-
like half of a fog bank.
except
Yeah.
for
For twice as much.
birds.
Can't block birds. It's true. Blocks anything that it can block really well, but not birds.
Yeah, half of a fog bank, but for twice as much.
Yeah.
And the other
So-
half got the flying and the divorce.
This wizard's just blowing a bunch of cotton and like,
So
sure.
let's com- let's
Oh,
compare this
man.
to shadows. Go ahead.
Oh man.
I'm just thinking about the vaping now. The vaping wizard. You
No.
fucked my brain out.
No.
I'm sorry that I did that to you, but also like, of course, that's exactly what this is. It's kind of really awful though. It's like no support. Vaping wizards is anti-aesthetic. I hate that.
Yeah, it's true.
Pretty
It's
decent
not-
value though, because you're going to be repurposing your cookies and cream vape juice over there. Decent defense.
I think it's worse than Wall of Shadows.
I agree. I would think it's worse than actually, I guess yeah, that's exactly where I put
No,
it.
it's
Nah,
just
it's
worse
worse
than
than-
all
yeah,
shadows.
yeah. I think you're right.
You can kill this by tunneling through it.
All right. Well, it's the upside down version of Wall of Roots
Oh. Wall of
because
Vines?
it's vines. Yeah.
Oh.
Vines is just roots but in the air.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
This does block birds.
Does? Yeah. No, it does block birds. Not very well. It doesn't block birds very well. It blocks birds okay.
It's a 0/3. It blocks a 1/1.
I mean, it's just vines. What do you want?
That's true. Vines are usually pretty fragile, honestly. Can't really swing from vines.
I think it's actually pretty decent. Like it's
fine,
cheap.
yeah.
It's a cheap thing. If you vines is pretty decent for just
Is
blocking
that a
stuff.
bird's head in the
Yep.
art?
Probably.
Yep.
Might be a toucan.
It's just their head and like
Yeah.
their wings, but nothing else. Weird.
Yeah, I think this is actually pretty decent. Like I'd say, like honestly, I'd put this around like the realm of like better than razors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
checks
okay,
out.
I'm fine with that. I don't even particularly like razors.
I think it's better than shards, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's less stupid.
No, I like stupid though.
Stupid doesn't mean better.
It eats birds. That's also pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Is it better than blood or below blood?
Below
I
blood.
think I like blood better.
Yeah.
Same.
I say to the birds in the art.
Yep.
I like blood better than you. Birds are being eaten by vines.
Oh man. Speaking
Now
of,
here's some good shit.
We're at my favorite wall from this list.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Tell me, what wall can never be climbed but is always scaled?
That's right. It's a wall of snakes. That's right. It's wall of vipers.
It's a wall of vipers specifically. How
Yeah.
common are these in Nikaya that is a riddle that can be asked?
There's tons of them.
look,
You know,
wizards.
you've heard of snake kings probably. So
Ugh.
Wizards do
Things like
weird
that.
things. Aesthetic off the charts. Like whoop whoop whoop. Defense is pretty damn good. It just kills stuff.
And also, it's full of snakes, so you can just throw snakes at things.
Yep.
and
At which
snakes
point
are
they're
really
no longer
common.
part of a wall.
Yeah.
Like snakes are really common. Vipers are even like the most widespread version of venomous snake. And I mean, hell yeah, there's lots of those. It's easy to get a wall of vipers going, really. Support probably better than most walls made of living things because like snakes are tubes and they're very strong. They're very strong tubes. You
Yeah,
could weave a rope of snakes and it would be a very strong rope.
Yeah, and plus snakes you could probably convince to be stick around. Because the thing is, like, a wall of vipers is constantly moving. It's more like it's one of those walls that is like perpetually in movement, perpetually shifting in placement. But as long as the overall average mass and placement of snakes, you know, kind of like evens out to a kind of a constant. Yeah, like you could probably put a house on a wall of vipers if you're a good enough, like weird snake wizard, you know, Ophiomancer, if you were.
Yeah, all right.
Wall of Vipers is extremely up there. Wall of Vipers kind of like hits at least decent on every respect and is really good on a couple of them.
Yeah, I think I agree. Like, I think this is honestly in like Wall of Swords
It's
territory.
It's top 5 if I think so. I'm putting it above Denial immediately.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
also putting it above Denial, but not above Limbs.
You know why?
Because snakes
That's
ain't got none.
Yeah,
Zero
exactly.
types of
no,
limbs.
no, snakes are basically limbs, though.
No!
Snakes ain't got no limbs, therefore it is superior to Wall of Limbs.
Also because
Notice
Wall of
you
Limbs
have-
is a cooler aesthetic.
All right.
I'm gonna throw this out here. You put up Wall of Reverence, not Wall of Reverence.
Look,
What were
man,
you doing?
I was thinking about peepums.
Wall of Revenge.
I was thinking about peepums and crying. I cry every time.
All right, fair enough. All right, here's it's basically it's a solid form of Wall of Mist. It's Wall of Water.
Hey,
It's
look, you
another-
can see the wizard casting it.
Yeah, it's just Wall of Fire again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Wall of
Yeah.
Fire but blue.
That happened a
It has
lot.
fire breathing in blue.
Yeah, or is this?
It's explicitly it's Wall of Fire but blue.
Yeah, that's what it's got. What fire breathe? What? It sucks.
It's got fire breathing.
like what?
Just blue.
This is a worse version of this type of concept. I don't like this. I don't like
You
this.
don't like
No, I
this?
agree with you. It's less interesting because it's water. That's part of it. The thing is, this is actually stronger in blue, sort of, because it doesn't get this effect ever anymore. Anyway,
I like it because if you pay enough blue mana into it, you just have a high pressure water cutter.
yeah, that's fair.
And that's pretty rad, right?
And it's still just sticking out of the wall. It's still very much a wall.
It's like a wizard summoning it in a fight wall, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still okay.
Yeah.
I like it more than Earth, at least. It's decently, like, I'd put it above Dust.
Of the 4 elemental walls, it's solidly the number 2 of them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
above Dust, is that what we're saying?
I'd put it above Dust.
Really? All the way down there, huh?
I mean, you could go higher.
I like
could be
it.
said.
I feel like it's better than Tears.
I don't think it's better than Tears, actually.
You
I like
can't make the
as-
Tears high pressure. You can't make them into a fucking water cutter.
Yeah, but all at the same time, I still feel like Wall of Tears is a better encapsulation of what Wall of Water probably should be instead.
I mean, yeah, but really, I don't know. I'm just gonna pour more water into this water. It's gonna be great.
I could see above Tears. Oh no, I see below. I don't like this thing. Actually, screw it. No.
No. You wavered. Oh no.
Above Faith. Let's say above Faith.
Below Dust.
No, I was putting it above Dust to start with. So I would actively disagree with that. I'm saying above Faith.
All right.
Ugh.
It's just
So we got your 4 virtues: Hope, Tangled Cord, Water, and Faith.
Yep. Well, what's a weird thing like Deceit that we could have on a card? I know. Wonder.
Hey, look, you can
That's
see the
right.
wizard
What's
summoning
wondrous is crabs.
But also weird clowns.
What's wondrous is the stuffy doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the wizard summoning it.
Yeah, so this is a weird, like, nasty wall of just, like, chaos and weird ideas that then you get like, oh, that's weird, and then all of a sudden just rushes at you and just punches you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a wall that isn't actually always a wall, which makes it a pretty bad wall.
No. Like,
I don't
feel
want my
like
walls to run away.
like from a support standpoint, yes, it's low. From a defense standpoint, the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, and then it gets destroyed immediately because it punched it, and it turns out it only has 1 toughness at that point.
Yes, but you're only going to attack it when you want it to. When they go like, "Oh, I'm going to attack it with my rat," and you go, "Okay, hit me with your rat." Wall
and I'm
punch.
not using it as a wall anymore.
Yeah, it flips
It's just
both
a
ways.
siege weapon.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it's like a trap where the walls close in. Those are still walls, right?
but it's also a crab.
Yeah. Or an eyeball.
See, I really like it being made of crabs, but
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't think it's a particularly good wall.
I feel like it would be a better illusion.
Yes.
Sure.
Even if it was wall illusion.
Don't get me
Sure.
started on illusionary wall, damn it.
For what it's worth, this is also good 7th edition art.
Yeah.
I like this actually a fair bit. I'd put this above Granite.
Granite, huh?
I'm not opposed to that, honestly.
I like it less than Tears.
I'm also not opposed to that.
Okay, I mean, sure.
And finally, the final one, the final wall of that you can make something is the
Yes.
final material you can make a wall out of. That's right. It's that classic combo, wall of wood.
Oh, you can just build walls out of wood? Shit, why are we doing that? I got tons of wood.
Yeah, that's like such a good idea. Why
I
does
wasted all this time. I could have just built a wall out of wood. Damn it.
Yeah.
Why were we
shit's
making
out.
walls out of all this other dumb bullshit when we could just make it out of wood?
It's a good point. Wood
It
is
flammable.
yeah, and it is kind of weak, but it is cheap, high value.
Walls, what isn't that weak? It's got excellent compressive strength. That's wonderful as far
Yeah.
as support goes.
But also, you can burn it.
Yeah, it doesn't stop eagles.
It's hard to stop eagles.
I mean, Wall of Vines does it.
Yeah,
It's
but
the-
vines is
it's
just
all-
flexible wood.
Yeah, it's worse than Wall of Vines. It's literally the same stats, but it can't kill an eagle.
Yes.
Well, neither can
I
Wall of
disagree.
Vines, but you know what I meant.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it can block.
Where are we at with this?
Yeah, like it's a strictly worse version of Wall of Vines.
But it
I'm
is
willing to
also
say-
it is also just Wall of Wood.
It is also just Wall of
that
Wood.
kicks ass thing. That's high aesthetic. That's high value. That's high support. mediocre defense.
Yep.
I think wood is pretty high aesthetic. Wood's a pretty strong metal. I like it.
I honestly think it's either going to be right above or right below Wall of Vines.
Yeah.
I say below.
I want to say wall above.
I'm going to say above.
All right.
Yeah. Sure, the card might be strictly worse than Wall of Vines, but it's Wall of Wood.
It's got the thing like Wall of Stone had.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you have fire arrows, you can just get through it. So.
Yep.
All right.
That's it.
So that's it.
So it's
got ourselves a definitive list of materials to make walls of.
Yep.
Yep. Hey, we're not done yet. Make sure to watch us count down the top walls in Magic the Gathering. If you enjoy our ranking videos, make sure to check out the Bigfoot of North America. I think it'll be right up your alley.